talks will continue until there's a deal. And Israel's prime minister says Israel is not yet finished with Iran-backed Hezbollah, even after President Trump posted that's an issue the U.S. will now work on with Lebanon. A judge in Utah hearing defense arguments for a delay of several months in the case against accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson. Defense attorney Richard Novak tells the judge,
victims' right to a speedy trial does not, I'm sorry to use this word in the current environment, but that's the word we use, does not trump, lowercase t, the defendant's constitutional rights.
He argues in part they need more time to review large amounts of evidence. If the judge does not agree, a preliminary hearing is set for next month. The defense also wants more restrictions on media access in the courtroom after previous violations on rules about camera shots of the defendant. America is listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
Yes, he's pulled it off. We have an announcement. This is Jeff's first official day on his own. It's like it's graduation time, running the board. This is incredible. Oh, my God. It's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis will be back. We hope to hear from him shortly. Flounder's in the house next to us in the booth, and Jeff is on the board on his own. Oh, golly. And now it's Friday I'm in Love, man. This is well done. Well done. The team is, it's coming together just fine. Anyway, how you doing? It's only me. Kimber Pete will be back. We'll be talking with him. And Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock today. Very excited. And Flounder in the house. And Mrs. Flounder, you got weekend plans?
Well,
kind of hard to tell. All I can think about myself is that it's going to be Saturday. Look out. Anyway, anything coming up this week?
What do we have planned? Tomorrow, the Roswell Farmers Market opens back up. So we will be hitting the farmers market in the morning, and then it's supposed to be a beautiful day, nice weekend, so definitely spend some time outside. And also, big thanks to Veronica and 2 of her co-workers who went over to my dad's house, and me and Veronica now have a nice big green egg.
Oh, I was thinking something else entirely. She brought a little friend over there for your dad. I thought, my God, what a woman.
So we'll probably experiment with the green egg this weekend.
A green egg? I'll be damned. Well, that's good. I've never used one. I've seen them, but I don't. Are supposed to be better because they cook it differently?
They insulate better, and you can do all kinds of cooking and different kinds of things. You're asking the wrong person, but we're getting a green egg. That's what I know.
Well, we want to report on Monday.
Absolutely.
That? And where's the Roswell Farmers Market located?
Where the library is. So, where downtown Roswell is, Canton Street?
Yeah.
It's kind of right, like, if you're going into downtown...
I'm thinking of a space that would have a farmer's market in it.
There's the parking lot down there by where the library and all that stuff is.
I ride my chopper through there frequently on a
Actually,
weekend.
me and Veronica have seen you once.
I remember you told me that once. I should have yelled out. Every once in a while, somebody will say something. Usually, it's not "Hello, Kimmer," is it?
Something else, Kimmer?
No, yeah. 3 words. It's 3:06. And Jeff, how you doing? Everything all right in there? On your own today? And just, it's kind of a big thing, right?
So far, so good. Don't jinx it, please.
Don't jinx it, please. There you go. Anyway, here's our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Well, I got some tweets for you, but I got some sports stuff here later on. We'll have, again, Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock will be joining us from, I don't know where, parts unknown. So that's pretty cool. Also, a lot of things going on. And speaking of Neil Boortz, I think he made a good point today. His commentary included some comments about how he's not feeling that people are feeling we're having a 250th birthday.
A big one.
And in fact, he mentions a point, and we mention it all the time. If you're a historian, you will realize that in the history of the world, major civilizations that are the British Empire, the Roman Empire. I mean, think of all the major civilizations in a form of leadership. They normally last about 230 years.
So we're on the verge of a big shift.
We're overdue. I mean, seriously. And by the way, this sounds like a conspiracy theory. Look what's happening in this country right now. We've never had a division like this. Yeah, even during Vietnam, where the long hairs and the hippie things in the 60s and 70s and stuff. I mean, the generation gap stuff like that was one thing. This is way different. I don't know how we get out of this. I mean, this is a real bad sign to me.
I think we know how to get out of it. We have a caller.
Excellent. That's a good way to get out of it. Who do we have here?
We have Mr. Pete.
Mr. Pete Davis.
Pete Davis in the house.
Pete Davis. He's there. Pete Davis. How you doing, you bastard? We've been around there or something. How are you? What's going on, man?
When did this show morph into a Roman history class?
About 10 minutes ago.
1 month.
Well, so how are you? Tell us what's going on and how are you? And people wondering what the hell. We ran off and got married or something here. What's up?
Well, just enjoying the beaches of Santorini here in the Greek Isles. Actually, I'm waiting for my 5th physical therapist of the week to show up. She's a little late. I think she's lost.
Oh, my.
Actually, it's easy to get lost up here. So waiting for her to show up and make me do my walk every day. But, yeah, getting better, feeling better.
Yeah.
Appreciate
your voice sounds great. You sound like the lungs are doing well.
They are doing well. That was the main problem, was the lungs and the kidneys and the rest of it. But anyway. Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether you heard my description of what you went through at the hospital. I mentioned a whole bunch of items, including you got a new clavicle and a uvula was put in just for kicks because while you were under, they said, what the hell, we'll add this. So we really, we haven't said anything. But obviously this is, and your recuperation is going well. The last I heard that things are going great and you got good news. And do you have any idea when you'll be back up and around full-time kind of deal, or do you know?
Well, the operation went well. Unfortunately, what afterwards didn't go as well as we thought. 1 night in ICU turned into 9 nights in ICU. Because the old lungs decided not to come back online for a little bit there. Yeah. But the recovery has been faster than I thought. They actually cleared me yesterday. He said, you can drive, but you just got to be very careful. Yeah. And I said, well, drive where? And he goes, you can go to the store down at the end of the street.
Yeah. Well, that's a good step, though. I mean, that's, and obviously, other than, I guess it's just kind of, is it an issue of getting your strength back or, kind of stuff like that? And you sound good. You sound like you're breathing fine and, doing stuff like that. Huh?
Yeah. The voice goes out a little bit, after if I talk for more than 5-10 minutes. But I figure what I'll do is on Monday, fire up the Starlink and just see how long I can go. Doc says, he gave me the go-ahead to do that. He says, I don't know if you can talk for 3 hours, but you can, try and work up every day.
Yeah, a little bit.
We'll try that Monday.
Yeah, well, that's exciting. That's good, man. I'm glad. It's good because you had us a little worried there for a while because I know you have that special nursing care, which is good because you're definitely in good hands.
She was a big help in the whole process. Sure.
She was keeping us. We were talking to her a lot and keeping us posted. So without trying to bother you, but so that was good anyway. And
if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. I'm not kidding. At best, I would still be in the hospital if she hadn't been there because she never left. She stayed there for the entire 13 days and nights, and it was unbelievable. Her nephew spelled her, and her brother would come in, and her mother actually came in and fed me one day, which was bizarre. But you couldn't do it without the help of family and friends. And if anybody has in case anyone doesn't know, is basically they did 5 different things with my heart. There was no bypass involved. There was just 5 things they had to fix from I was born with. And one was replace the aortic valve. So if anybody's going through that or is coming up or has someone and you have any questions, you can write me. What's my dang email there? Pete at Xtra 1063.
That's it.
Excellent.
Pete at Xtra 1063, so we'll get that message out.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, I can answer them as best as I can.
Outstanding. Well, that's real good news, Pete. We're happy for you. And, of course, I've been butchering Holy Crap at Sports, but, you know, of course, I am the only one in the room who hit a home run at Wrigley Field, you know, which I have to mention something like that to feel like I know what I'm talking about.
Which, by the way, Pete, with we've had a couple different board ops fill in and help us out. So the amount of bingo stories we've gotten over the past
new guy. I
3
love
weeks.
new guys. I tell my stories to all the new guys.
The one complaint I've gotten, the one bit of feedback I've gotten, there's been a lot of country DJ music stories.
Actually, that's true. I think it was like 2 days in a row. I had David, and then I had Jeff, and I said, neither one of you bastards has heard my, of Jeannie C. Riley and Tom T. Hall stories.
We've heard them all.
Anyway, listen, Pete, listen, it's great to talk to you. You sound great. We can't wait. Well, Monday, we'll just play it by ear and hang in there and don't worry about anything, and it's all good. And I thank that sweet nurse of yours, too, man. She's a special lady. And I know how much you appreciate it. All right, hang it. Thanks, Pete. Take care. Hi to sweet nurse. And
get some rest, and we'll see you Monday.
Talk to you Monday.
All right, looking forward to it.
Thanks, man. All right, take care. Well, that's good. That's good.
That's great to hear.
Excellent.
His voice sounds great. Because when I went to visit him, he was still had I think he had an oxygen tube or whatever, so it was still getting assistance with breathing. But night and day.
In fact, I think they had to put it back, which has got to be awful.
No, when I was there, they took the breathing tube out. They just had oxygen.
Oh,
you know how you can feed you oxygen to help support your lungs a little bit.
And apparently, and I guess again, I'm medically, I understand the reason it was so difficult. Part of it was that they have to deflate a lung in order to get
one of the lungs has to be deflated,
and then they pump it back up. And if that's it's just freaking technology. It's just
the one thing is though, and I'm not going to compare what Pete went through, what I've done, but when you go into a hospital and they do surgery on you, they literally just break your body down because they got to put all the drugs into you to make them to be able to perform the surgery, and your body just shuts down because of all the drugs they put in there. So it takes so long for your body to get back to normal.
Yeah.
Cancer survivor,
cancer and a heart attack.
So you might have a little...
in fact, one of my valve replacements, they went in through my arm, I think, and one went in through my thigh, and it's the damnedest thing. The stuff
which is crazy that they're able to do, because with Pete they had to open his chest up. But with what you did, they just did the.
And then, of course, they put the implant. I've got the thing in my chest now, but that's on the attached, basically. Well, anyway, whatever. Well, anyway, it's good. That's good news. Good to talk, and that's good news. So, prayers and good thoughts are always welcome. For Holy Crap, it's Pete Davis will be joining us again. All right, anyway, 404-741-1230. We got lots of news and fun stuff, and it's Friday. Let it rip. Anything goes. If you want to talk about stuff, we talk about chicks all day, as far as I'm concerned, and Donald Trump and everything else on 106.3. All right, here we go. Happy Friday.
Xtra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Xtra 106.3 and the Xtra app.
Quick question. Are your tires ready for spring rain? If your tread is worn, traction drops fast on wet roads, and stopping distance can increase when you need it most. Right now at Marietta Toyota, they can take care of you because it's the Toyota Tire Savings Event. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Get the right tires for your Toyota, installed by factory-trained technicians with road hazard coverage included on eligible tires. Toyota Tire Price Match is available, plus top brands and additional rebates that may be available. Voted Best of Cobb, Best New Car Dealership, Best Dealership Service Center for 2026. You can trust the work. Offer ends April 30th. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
Restrictions apply. Valid on participating brands. 4th tire of equal or lesser value. Offer ends April 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. my friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Parts, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena, georgiaswarm.com.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family-owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com, or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word. It was a way of life. The freedom to move, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But pain has a way of taking those freedoms from us. That's why Relief Factor exists. My pain had become so bad years ago that I couldn't paint, I couldn't work, I couldn't sleep. I was barely holding on. I was losing hope until my wife forced me to try Relief Factor. I didn't think it would work because it's 100% natural, drug-free, blah, blah, blah. But it absolutely broke the back of my pain. It might work for you. Over 1 million Americans have found relief and reclaimed parts of their life they thought were behind them. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself the simple question: are you living with the freedom you deserve? Relief Factor gives you the opportunity to live pain-free. Get your life back, the life you love. Try Relief Factor today. $19.95, 3-week quick start. Ready for you now. ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF.
Darling, honey, angel child, come and give me, baby, a great big smile. You know I love you deep down in my soul. So come on, honey, let the good time roll.
Come on, let the good times roll. That's Earl King. Earl King was the New Orleans blues guitarist legend. And Earl King died on this day in 2003. He was only 69 years old. He wrote the classic song, Come On, Let the Good Times Roll. And if you know anything about New Orleans-style music, that's huge. It was also covered by Jimi Hendrix. Earl King passed away 2003. Phone calls take priority here with the Kimmer Pete Davis, and we just chatted with us, doing better, and Flounder and Jeff's on the board. Martin, you're on the radio. Martin, happy Friday, man. What do you think? What's up?
Oh, all is great, Kim. And listen, we all have to thank God that he pulled through well on that.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff they had. We didn't say anything, but it was a monster thing he had going on there. But he's doing great, so that's good.
Well, Pete's a good reason for thanking God. So
yes, sir. Thank you.
Listening. Anyhow, you were talking about the 250th anniversary, and that's a big event. Yes, it's a major event. Okay. Here's a question. You saw the Artemis launch. You saw the Artemis burn and all that.
Yeah.
Tell me, how many times did you see USA painted across anything, or even a American flag?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, what the heck?
Yeah.
You know, what's with NASA? What's with all of that.
Well, I think Donald Trump's doing the best he can, and he's been announcing plans for big festivals.
It's not the Donalds.
Yeah.
It's the idiots at NASA.
Yeah.
Couldn't they afford a little bit of paint or a tape on flag?
It's kind of just typical. It's that there's no. It's gone. There's nobody's even making the effort. It's almost like you've got. It's almost like if they had put big giant letters USA all over those freaking rockets and parachutes and everything else. Yeah. In fact, why didn't the parachutes just have the letters USA? Yeah. Why were they orange and white or whatever? Giant. And again, I guarantee you it's because they were afraid of getting a bunch of crap from leftists saying, "Oh, we're trying to take over the world." Well, yes. So what? We can do it. So we'll do whatever the hell we want. That's why we went into Iran and took care of business, I mean, it's just, that's what it is. That's what life is these days.
I tell you, NASA is going to go the way that the post office is going. The only difference is the post office never had any successes.
Well, actually, in fact, in a second, after we get in just a moment, I'm going to do my history thing about that very topic, which I found very astounding as I was doing my history stuff.
Did you find it on a roll of TP?
Very funny. Hey, Martin, you have a great day. Have a great weekend, man.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir.
And we're looking forward to Pete coming back.
You're very kind. Appreciate it. Again, Martin. Again, if you just joined us, Pete called in. He is recovering. He's doing great. And he had a lot of major heart stuff done and some lung things and stuff. So he's doing fine, but he's going to be calling us on Monday and last as long as he can. And what's going on? Everything all right in there?
Yes, sir. We have one more 4-pack of tickets to give away. So if you want to read that, Excellent. And then we'll take caller number 7.
Okay, we're giving away the Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show, which is Sunday.
Yep, that's why we're doing it now, so we can get them the information, the tickets. Yeah. The tickets will be emailed, so
they don't have to drive down here.
Yes, correct.
Well, they would have a chance to meet the Kimmer. They could
another reason not to drive down here.
Take a chance. All right. Well, first I'm doing my birthday and my history because I just promised Martin, and I got to do the history thing now because
we'll do that, and then we'll do the giveaway.
All right. All right. So be ready. 404-741-1230. All right. Here we go. Our birthday list includes Leslie Bega, B-E-G-A. Leslie Bega is 59. Don't know the name. You probably know the face, and you know that she was Valentina in The Sopranos. Something of a naughty little thing. And she was also in the show Head of the Class. Leslie Bega. In fact, my videographer, Valentina, is a girl who takes when I'm in my car and taking videos. That's not me. I would never take videos in the car. No, that's my
every day.
That's Valentina. Who's in fact, you know what? Yesterday, when I was talking about that funeral, I was driving down Terrell Mill Road and there was a funeral, so I stopped and actually I took videos of the funeral to show that I'd stopped for the funeral
while you were driving.
While I was driving. And of course, they said, my videographer, Valentina's taking the videos here, but I don't know that anyone would ever actually believe that if it came to it. So I decided, no, I don't post it. But I do it frequently. Anyway, our birthday list, Leslie Bega, 59 years old today, Sopranos, another class. And check this out. I got the wrong one. Hold on, here it is. Crap! Here we go. This was amazing to me, absolutely amazing to me. 1950, the U.S. Postmaster General orders that residential mail deliveries be reduced to only once a day. Did you just hear that? Until this day in 1950, residential mail delivery could be as much as 4 times a day. And businesses still got more than one delivery of business mail every single day. Until 1950. It sounds like something after the Pony Express days to me. I can't believe it. I had no idea. They would 3 or 4 times a day you'd get mail?
Versus just once?
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. All right, so there you go, a little myth. All right, now, tickets. This is it's a great cause. It's on a Sunday, and the tickets are $10 if you are not one of our winners here. We have a 4-pack of tickets, 4 tickets, this Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m., Sandy Springs Invitational Car Show at Sandy Springs City Green. and it's for the Sandy Springs Police Foundation. Be 100 exotic and classic cars, police demonstrations, food, and a live DJ, and it's all for the Sandy Springs Police Foundation, which is a good cause, and they could use the money. If you have general admissions, $10, kids under 10, 10 and under are free. 10 and under are free, and we have a 4-pack of tickets: 404-741-1230, 741-1230. This Sunday, 1 to 4, if you can make it in Sandy Springs. I have a 4-pack. 3:26 on the clock. And to Kimmer Pete, we just heard from Pete, and he's doing great, and that's very exciting. And I'll tell you that nurse of his is a treasure, is an absolute treasure, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for them. Let's see. Oh, speaking of like medical emergency, and we got all this stuff about Donald Trump and the Straight of Hormuz, and now there's some question of whether he represents the people of Iran after all, about the nuclear way. I don't know. It's all. I don't know how he negotiates, but because the country's so screwed up. Also, just as a quick update, Newsy, Fox News Live is covering on TV the hearing of whether the media should be allowed to take pictures in the court case of the guy who's accused of killing Charlie Kirk. And the lawyers were also trying to delay it for another 6 months because they needed more time to go over the evidence. And here we go. And frankly, I don't know. I just it'll run its course, and I just the whole thing is just sad. So we got that going on for us. Also, the Straight of Hormuz theoretically is open to everything but Iranian oil traffic. Everybody else is okay, apparently. Nobody's shooting at each other. And Donald Trump may have a peace plan, and he may actually go to Pakistan if they're ready to sign it Saturday, which I find hard to believe, but we know maybe we have some good hopes. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Do we have a winner? Can we announce a name or anything? Okay, anybody in there? I can't even say where everybody goes. They went home. Oh, my God.
Bob won.
What's that?
Bob won.
Bob of the famous Georgia Bobs. Tremendous. So we got Bob as our winner. Excellent. All right. Now, what you do to Flounder?
He's working the phone.
Oh, okay. We got all the news thing, but I saw this story, and I want to share it with you because I have talked about various things concerning me and what happens that I hope or believe when I die. And I say a lot of these things in jest, but I really truly believe it. I really hope and pray, and in my mind, I'm going to have this in my mind no matter what, that I believe that when I die, I'm going to get an angel, and she's going to be all over me, and she's going to call me baby, and we're going to see everything. We're going to see the Big Bang. We're going to see the dinosaurs. We're going to see volcano explosion. We're going to see everything. We're going to see the whole, the holy part of the scriptures and the last. I mean, we're going to see it all. It's going to all come clear. They're going to explain everything, and that's what I believe is going to happen when I die. I get my angel, and we'll get a tour. Now, this is pretty interesting here. There's a study that's been done using palliative care professionals, hospice volunteers, nurses, psychologists, about end-of-life dreams of terminally ill patients who have shared the dreams with them right before they died. And they all have something in common, it turns out. The dream is a sequence of images, thoughts, emotions, and sensations while we sleep, and everybody dreams every night. They say we don't necessarily remember them, of course, but we dream every night. Dreams help us process our emotions and store memories, things like that. They figured out that the more emotion there is with greater stress in your life, the more vivid your dreams are and the easier it is to recall them. So they have extrapolated that stress of the terminally ill triggers the kind of sleep disruptions that intensify the dream's recall. Many of those on the brink of death report vivid dreams of being reunited with departed loved ones. One professional recounted a patient who dreamed of her husband saying, "I'm waiting for you," interpreting that as a sign of inner peace and acceptance of death. Another experience shared by so many people in common was associated with what they call liminality and transition, which means things like seeing bright lights, doorways, and staircases. One patient, for example, said there was a dream in which she was dying. She said there was a dream she was climbing barefoot toward an open door filled with light. Other serene dreams with soothing symbols like a white horse galloping along the shoreline. And, of course, there are some patients said they dreamed about a monster trying to pull them down. I don't want to talk about that one. But they're saying that, people with near-death experiences, focusing on the dreams of the terminally ill. And frankly, again, that book, I can't remember the guy who sent it to me. I lost his card. It was not Imagine Heaven, I believe it's called. And stories of people, even including children who have died and come back to life, and even kids unable to make up stories about what they saw. And it's, anyway, it does a body good, I think. All right, 3:31, Let It Rip Friday. We got the newsy stuff. It's a Kimmer. Pete's doing good. We just talked to him a while ago. Flounder's here. Jeff's on the board, and it's Let It Rip Friday on 106.7. How you doing? Go Braves in Philadelphia. Look out.
Love having a true conservative news and talk station in Atlanta? Then spread the word. Tell your family and friends to download the Xtra 106.3 app and stream the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Atlanta's biggest lineup of conservative voices.
I just sent some more pictures and stuff to my kids, and it reminded me, if you have things you want to save and send along to family and friends and so forth, including stuff you need to save, get yourself a safe from Atlanta Safe House. No time like the present, too. In fact, Mark said they got 500 of them right there. Their new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And, pistol safes and gun safes for long barrel guns and bows and arrows and jewelry drawers and secret compartments and documents and, big and little and all sizes. They got safes. They can build you a vault door. They got safes as big as a truck. If you want one. And, of course, don't forget, they protect your rights as well as they protect your stuff. Nobody's getting your master reset code. The top names, Browning and Fort Knox, and they're all, and so many more, too. And, by the way, they're always specials and sales, and they're famous for their rebates at Atlanta's Safe House. Check them out on the web and tell them the Kimmer sent you. Always, don't forget, military folks and off-duty police and firefighters, people you can trust to deliver it for you. And if you want, they can bolt it to the concrete floor of your basement or garage from the inside. They got it all. Check it out, atlantasafehouse.com.
It's still the greatest form of advertising, word of mouth. If we could bottle it and sell it, we'd be rich. But we can't. That's what keeps it honest. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons. From garage doors to entry doors to windows, for every opening of your home, we've got you covered. Talk to your neighbors. Chances are we've worked on their home. They'll tell you all about their 5-star experience with All Four Seasons. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Great, another auto repair. You took it to the dealer and now you're starting to panic. They say it's going to cost thousands and take weeks to complete. So don't fall for the tricks. Take it to Vicks. From simple oil changes and tires to transmission replacements and collision repair, you can count on Vicks Auto Care for honest, affordable service. Vicks Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them today at VicksAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org. helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Golf fans, listen up. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture takes over TPC Sugarloaf, and they're playing in modified Stableford. Birdies score big, Eagles score bigger. Pars, not enough. It rewards aggressive play, so these PGA Tour champions legends have to attack and make it happen. More risk, more birdies, more excitement. Get your tickets now at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th at TPC Sugarloaf.
Hey, this is Lowe's with David from Atlanta, who just purchased his new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent way to buy your next vehicle. David, tell us about your experience.
I had been looking for a vehicle for a couple months. The car buying process was a little challenging at first for me. I had some credit issues in the past, and I just happened to hear a familiar voice on the radio, and it happened to be on the Honest Car Guy ad. I got in touch with Tom. Within 2, maybe 3 days, I had a vehicle being shipped here from Orlando, Florida. I have already recommended him to family members, several friends, and I'll purchase a car from Tom when I make my next purchase for sure.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. As the conflict in Iran continues, you need more than just flashy headlines to make sense of it all. You need the most trusted conservative voices in Atlanta and across the nation to break down the latest developments and what they really mean for the American people. More than just headlines. It's the conversation you need when it matters most. From Xtra 1063 and streaming across the South on the Xtra 1063 app.
What's that smell? Skunk smells his own hole first. My mother used to say that. You ever heard that phrase?
Yes, I have.
Have you? I figure you're old enough, but my mom used to say that, among other things. She could burp. Mary had a little lamb, for God's sakes. Anyway, 1991, Nirvana appeared at the OK Hotel in Seattle. For Nirvana, they played a brand new song, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Played it live for the first time, 1991. Other local bands like Mudhoney, Tad, Mother Love Bone, well, that's disgusting, and Soundgarden all appeared at the club, now been turned into a residential property in Seattle from 1991. Go, here we go. Yeah, here we do a little. Here we do a chorus. Okay, that's right. Now, see, again, I'm trying to envision how people listen to that. I mean, would you be at a party and you would go, man, hey, baby, what a great song. Hey, we'll get together later. And I mean, how do you even, do you listen or can you dance to that? Or how is that part of life? I don't understand.
You just enjoy it.
Just enjoy the crap out of it. Really? Well, kind of like I am now.
You can really see you're enjoying it. Your face is turning white. You enjoy it so much there.
I can't catch my breath. Smells like Teen Spirit. Anyway, no, fine. Everything's fine. Phone calls take priority. Wild Bill. Hey, Wild Bill, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? What's up?
Going good. How are you, Cameron?
Upside. down mostly, but on the right side of the grass, man. What's happening?
Me and you both.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little concerned about Pete. He's
Yeah.
not back at work.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it took this long to recover from a sex change operation.
Oh, hey, hi-yo, hiya, ho. I wonder if he sold the used part.
Well, it probably was discounted if he did.
Yeah.
A little bit off.
I love it. All right, Wild Bill. Yeah, have a great weekend, man. Kaboom, kaboom. Reminds me of a great dirty joke, and I could probably pull it off.
Can you? Can you pull it off?
I might be able to.
Why don't you let me hear it on the break? And
yeah, I probably couldn't pull it off.
Where's the
after
dump
all.
button? Where's the dump button?
Let's see. Again, Kimmer's and Pete Davis, we talked to him earlier. He's going to call us on Monday and see how everything's going. He's doing much better. He had some serious heart stuff and other stuff, but he's doing much better. And his God bless that sweet nurse of his. Really took care of him. And Flounder's here and Jeff on the board. And our birthday list includes David Bradley. Now, I forgot, Flounder, did you watch Game of Thrones or not?
no, I did not. I know you and Pete were big fans.
Oh, I was kind of a little
The
down
dragons
at
and
first.
stuff like
yeah,
that?
but they never really got to see the dragon for like the first 5 or 6 episodes. I mean, it really. But again, after that, I watched every one, and I still got a bunch of them on my DVR, I think. Although I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the way they did it. Anyway, now, Jeff, were you a Game of Thrones guy or not?
Not really.
Not really? Well, then this will make no sense to either one of you guys. Well, no, people who watch Game of Thrones will know what I'm talking about.
The majority of people know it.
And I guarantee you Pete would probably remember this. David Bradley's birthday. David Bradley is 84. David Bradley's that old fart, Walden Fry, who was the old fart with the 15, 14-year-old girl wives. He was the mastermind of the Red Wedding. And he got his when Arya Stark was identified when she was impersonating somebody else, and then ripped off her costume and slit his throat, as I recall. Anyway, David Bradley, that old fart actor, is 84 years old today. And on this day in history, we talked about the space mission and how come there's no big letter USAs all over the damn places and everything, including on those. I was wondering why it didn't have parachutes say USA. I mean, seriously, it's not a world thing. It's a USA thing. We did it. We were helping the world, but we did it. All right, here we go. Now, it was on this day, 1970. I think we'll probably remember what happened here and also the movie. On this day, 1970, Apollo 13. The 7th in the Apollo space program missions, the 3rd with an intention of landing on the moon, had to return to Earth early. James Lovell, John Swigert, and Fred Hayes went into space from the Kennedy Space Center April 11th in 1970. 2 days later, the oxygen tank exploded. They had limited power, heat, and drinkable water. Swigert calmly reported to the new Houston, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here." Again, those were the official words, not the ones used in the movie. Damage made to the service module meant that a safe lunar landing was impossible, so the mission was aborted. Still the matter of getting home, though. Nobody can effectively explain the stress the astronauts and ground crew faced while thinking on the fly of a makeshift repair to the carbon dioxide removal system. But the Ron Howard movie, this is little Richie Cunningham, Ronnie Howard, in the 1990, again, this happened in 1970, the 1995 movie Apollo 13 does a really good job of, I think, showing you exactly what they went through and what the families were like. And I remember the kids in schools, and I mean, that was a hell of a time. And what a crew. And anyway, so I was on this day in 1970. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Donald Trump says the Strait of Hormuz is completely open until the ceasefires end. And he's celebrating tumbling oil prices. Oil, what was it, like $100 something a barrel? Now it's down to like 83.
83.
Yeah, and that happened fast. And I guarantee you, at the pump, it's going to take a little time, but this is all going to be to the good. President Trump said, "We've announced the strait is fully open, ready for full passage. We will blockade still the Iranian ports, but that doesn't impede the other traffic. They hope to come to a peace deal in Pakistan over the weekend. And by the way, Donald Trump has a message for NATO. Now that the Hormuz Strait situation is over, writes Donald Trump, I received a call from NATO asking if we would need some help. And now he goes to capital letters. I told them to stay away unless they just want to load up their ships with oil. They were useless when needed. A paper tiger. I mean,
I still like that, too.
I mean, seriously, think about it. NATO is the countries that had the war in World War II. We weren't, we got attacked, but we weren't the ones that had all our land bombed and had all the, it was their land war. We're the ones who saved them. Without America, they wouldn't be there today. They wouldn't have their countries. We did everything. We gave them everything. We were the greatest stepping stone in the history of the world. And when they were destroyed, we rebuilt everybody. And we did it from the beginning. And we gave them everything. And then you turn your back on me after all I did. And, no, I'm sorry. I was up late editing my book, Shut Up and Leave Me Alone. And that's one of my chapters. I got a personal thing there. But again, we did everything with those people, and they turned their back on us. And I wouldn't blame Donald Trump if he said, screw you. And I wonder what would happen then.
I'm waiting for. Did you see how Emmanuel Macron and someone today they have a plan to open up the strait?
Yeah,
and while they were doing that, it was opened up by Trump, so they just look like idiots.
That's why he said, "Go screw yourselves." We don't need you. It's unbelievable. Anyway, all right, it's 3:47 already. Holy cow! It's a Letterman Friday. Anything goes. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. The Braves are in Philadelphia. I believe it's a 3-game series, and then I think they're still on the road.
Yes.
They come back on the 23rd or something. I think we have a special.
I'm not sure, but there's not a day game for like 2 or 3 more weeks.
Oh, I like it. That's good. That's good news. Anyway, it's 106.3 Friday. Letterman, if anything goes. How you doing? Look out. Join us if you feel like it.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
Golf fans, listen up. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic presented by Venture takes over TPC Sugarloaf, and they're playing a modified Stableford. Birdies score big, eagles score bigger. Pars, not enough. It rewards aggressive play, so these PGA Tour champions legends have to attack and make it happen. More risk, more birdies, more excitement. Get your tickets now at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th at TPC Sugarloaf.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
When I first started using a CPAP, getting supplies and equipment was a horrible hassle. It pretty much stayed that way until I discovered CPAPsEtc.com. Same-day shipping on anything you might need, including travel CPAPs, hoses, masks, you name it. Same-day shipping. CPAPsEtc.com or visit their store in Alpharetta. So easy, and you could be preserving your health and saving your life.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. Major firms are holding significant positions in gold. And I choose to buy gold from Birch Gold Group. Stan Bongino, and it all starts with education. Birch Gold just announced their Learn and Earn Precious Metals event. This free online event rewards you for learning the basics of investing in precious metals. Sign up to get free silver on your next purchase if you qualify. And you can get even larger incentives as you go. The more you learn, the more you can earn. But act now. This special event only runs through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates may apply.
A simple act of generosity changed everything. A journey from alone and abandoned to one of the most successful businessmen in Georgia history. Here's Rick Jackson.
I spent Christmas Eve alone in a children's home. When I woke up, a Good Samaritan had left me $100.
Rick Jackson knows what it's like to go without. That's why he'll fight career politicians who talk about cutting income taxes and property taxes, but never deliver.
Unlike career politicians, I know how some extra money can change everything. That's why I'll freeze your property taxes and slash the income tax in half.
Conservative businessman Rick Jackson will deliver the Georgia results that failed career politicians never will.
I'll get you a boatload of your money back, or I won't run again. It's as simple as that.
The conservative outsider who will deliver real tax relief. Rick Jackson for governor. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
You know, I don't know anything about the Pixies.
I believe they're from Massachusetts.
Well,
early or late 80s punk band.
It says here 1989, American alternative rock band Pixies released their second album, Doolittle. And it says here the album was an instant critical success and became the band's breakthrough album, The Pixies, 1989. And it says here that Doolittle was especially well received in Europe, where the British music weeklies made it their album of the year.
So their biggest hit is a song called "Where Is My Mind," and it's off their first album.
But I've heard that. I don't know. I've ever heard this group. 1989. Well, I wasn't listening to a lot of 90s music,
alt music.
Yeah. But isn't that funny? I mean, here it is, one of the most important albums of that time, and you know, it's just cool. You learn something every day. Let's see. Birthday. How about this? How about this guy, Luke Mitchell? You know who Luke Mitchell is? Luke Mitchell's an actor. He's 41. Dr. Ripley on Chicago Med. Jane's brother Roman on Blind Spot, whatever that is. And Lincoln on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Luke Mitchell, 41 years old today. I don't know any of these things. Why am I even on the radio? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about anything anybody.
Well, you know your opinions pretty well, and that's
I know
what you come
what
on
I
here
like.
and
Oh, God. All right. On this day in history, 1961. I remember this, too, and I remember I was in Lenox School for Boys, and our history teacher, I may have told us before, the history teacher was a wiry little guy named Mr. Rutledge. And Mr. Rutledge was he was an Army soldier in World War II, you see, and he was one of the grunts there. And he said, once you're going through the battlefield and you see the barbed wire there, and you get somebody to lay down on top of the barbed wire so you can cross on his back and get over there. It says, yeah, those little holes are a lot better than the big ones, though, you know. And I'm going, oh, geez. I mean, he scared the crap out of us. He's an old combat vet from World War II, my God. Well, it was, and he talked about what's happening here, and it was on this day in 1961, the Bay of Pigs. The Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba, led by Cuban exiles who were trained and armed and directed by the CIA. Their job was to overthrow Prime Minister Fidel Castro of Cuba, and it was a disaster. The invading force was quickly defeated by the Cuban Revolutionary Army. Their navy was destroyed. There were leaks, and it wasn't secret as it was supposed to be. Most of the people were captured. 100 or 200 were killed. And by the way, as I recall, it doesn't say it in this history thing, but as I recall, at the time, this was a plan from Kennedy's, what the hell? This was a plan from before John Kennedy, and he had to. He didn't want to approve it, and he was talked into it. And the problem was, oops, Daisy, we got something going on here. The problem was that when it happened, it was such a disaster that it gave Fidel Castro the chance to say, see, those damn imperialist Americans are trying to destroy me. I need help. And guess who helped them? Russia. And because of the USSR, and because of the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, that led to the Cuban Missile Crisis, because Castro said, I need help, you guys. And Russia said, USSR, hell, we got missiles for you. So that's when they started lowering the missiles. All of a sudden, Kennedy says, I told you so, this stupid invasion thing, and now we got these missiles coming to Cuba. So then we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was just, the whole thing was because of the failed plan.
As a kid, did you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Absolutely. I was a sophomore in prep school. Yeah, I was right at the age, maybe it was I was a freshman or sophomore. Whatever.
So you knew what was going on.
Either way, I knew what was going on. And again, they scared the crap out of us, because that was the time we were talking about, going into the basement. When the Cuban Missile Crisis, because of the Bay of Pigs, they were saying, oh, my God, this could be World War. We're talking about missiles 90 miles away. And that was as serious a thought now. And I really remember people were concerned. People in schools were concerned. We had drills. We talked about it. Very, very serious time, scary time. And Kennedy pulled it off. He basically dared them. He said, we're blockading everything. And again, the Cuban Missile Crisis was an enormous situation in the early 60s. It meant a lot to everybody.
There's a movie, Kevin Costner was in it, 13 Days.
13 Days, It's a good movie. I saw it. It's a good movie. In fact, there were a couple of them. The one back in the 50s, I think. Or no, I couldn't be right, obviously. Must have been in the early 70s, I think. Anyway, so it was on this day. Cuban Missile Crisis began to fail. All right, 357. Holy cow. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Neil Boortz going to join us at 4 o'clock right after the news. I don't know where he is, but he'll tell us, and we're doing great. Pete Davis called in. He's feeling a lot better. He'll be calling us on Monday and see how long we go on. And
he'll actually be he'll be on the board. He's going to do the Starlink, so he won't be on the phone. He'll actually be on the board like he normally is.
Oh, you're my Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He won't be here in the studio.
No. Yeah,
but he'll be on the air with us. He'll be checking in. Well, they call it Starlink. I call it the phone. You know, it's so much easier.
Two completely different things.
I don't have anything. I got nothing, and I don't even know how to use my phone, which is, by the way, true. Anyway, how about a Flounder's Funny in there, Jeff? What do you think? We got one.
You will never see an Indian person committing a crazy crime. Like, when was the last time you heard of Indians robbing a bank? First of all, Indian people are so nice and they're so sweet. I can't see it. You're going to rob a bank. You need authority. You need to come in there, guns blazing. I said, get your ass on the ground now. I can't imagine. Would you please take the money? Why are you laughing? I am talking to you. Forget this. I'm out of here. I don't need this. He gets in the car. His partner's waiting for him. Did you get the money? They would not give me the money. Did you show them the gun? I showed them the gun. We better leave. They're going to call the police. They're still laughing. Where did you get the computer? They thought I was tech support.
Tech support. Who's that? Do we know who that is?
Mr. Gabriel Iglesias.
I've
played him a few times
before. I remember that name. By the way, Tug was talking this morning about going to a show.
I sent him the video. You posted it on Facebook. I sent it to Tug.
Yeah, I did a Western show once with my kids, and they made me one of the bad guys, dressed up in the bad guy outfit, and I actually ripped a saloon girl's dress off in the streets of this old Western town for the movie skit, and then they shot me, and I tumbled over one of the tying posts for the horses.
We did that as a kid too. There was a place we went to where you go. I don't know if it was the map for Puppetry Arts, not the one that was on Spring Drive or on downtown anymore. But we would have to go and live and do stuff like that. We'd act out scenes and cowboys and stuff like that.
That was pretty cool. Anyway, the Wild West coming up on 4 o'clock. Kimmer Pete's doing better, and Flounder's here, and Jeff on the board, and you, Let It Rip Friday on 106.3. Beautiful day. How you doing?
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The best week in months on Wall Street. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The Dow up 856 points at the bell, back over 49,000, even higher during the session. The S&P and the NASDAQ with a third record close in a row as oil prices plummeted when Iran reopened the Strait of Hormuz.
And that is thanks to, number one, the success of Operation Epic Fury, and number two, the tremendous success of this blockade.
A U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. White House Principal Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly telling Fox.
No ships have gotten past it, and it's put immense pressure on the Iranians economically to come to the table and make a deal.
President Trump posting earlier that even with the strait reopened, the blockade will continue until there's a deal with Iran, and that the U.S. will get all nuclear dust, meaning the uranium left after last year's strikes on Iran's nuclear program, with no money exchanging hands. This follows reporting that billions in Iranian assets could be unfrozen as part of a deal. A senior Iranian official tells Reuters significant differences remain on Iran's nuclear program. Just getting word that the U.S. Coast Guard is searching for 6 people after losing contact with a disabled boat off Guam, which is one of the U.S. islands hit by a typhoon earlier this week in the Western Pacific. Prosecutors in Utah pushing back on defense claims that several more months are needed to prepare for a preliminary hearing set for next month in the case against Tyler Robinson, the accused Charlie Kirk assassin.
I see no reason why the defense can't review that material. We could probably review it in an hour or two with them, and they could sit down, look at those exhibits, look at those reports, and be prepared for the preliminary hearing.
Deputy Utah County Attorney Ryan McBride at a hearing that continues today as the judge also considers defense arguments for more media restrictions in the courtroom. America is listening to Fox News.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. Ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
Here we go. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete will be back doing better. Flounder's here. Jeff, it's Neil Boortz. Neil Boortz, Friday. Let it rip. Neil, how you doing? Where are you? What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm back home in Naples. You know, I had a doctor's appointment here today, but they didn't admit me.
Oh, really? Why not? Didn't have an ID?
I didn't have a picture ID.
Yeah, goodness. Well, how come?
God bless the nurse. She did schedule me for the, what do we call it? Silver bullet?
I'm not sure what that is. Is that the thing you swallow when they check your insides or some radiation
no,
or something?
You don't swallow it.
Oh, they shoot you with it? I don't know. Oh, is that not like an anal thing? Or
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so you're getting that or not getting it? You're not on the table now, are you?
Yeah. We're going to try to carry it live.
I like it. Remember the time? I'm sorry. I was thinking about the time.
I'm talking.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
I love the name of that Athens, Georgia hockey team.
The Athens, Georgia hockey team?
Yeah.
What is the name of the Athens, Georgia hockey team?
The Rock Lobsters.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You know, that is now the second greatest team of a sport, name of a sports team ever. The first one, of course, was the name of the Macon Georgia hockey team.
Oh, I used to know this and I forgot. I think you mentioned this once before.
The Macon Whoopies.
There you go, making whoopee. Rock lobsters. I love rock. Never had rock lobsters? I had them at the coast of Maine in a
Kimmer,
boat.
I do not eat bottom feeders.
Oh, that's right. I remember you don't eat because you have good taste buds.
I'm a super taster.
Yes,
I don't
which
eat
means
seafood.
you can taste seafood. So that's why you don't eat it.
Now you mentioned the missile crisis. Where were you living then? You're in prep school.
I was in prep school in Western Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that was a big threat in Western Massachusetts.
America was in a big threat. What are you talking about?
Well, I was living in Pensacola next to the Pensacola Naval Air Station.
Oh yes, yeah, been there.
And we felt that. I mean, there were military vehicles up and down the streets.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And
you remember those? Now you were probably still. You weren't in college. You were in high school too. Yeah, you were in high school. And did you have? I forgot whether we had exercises of going to. I don't think we went to the basement or anything, but we were all scared to death of what was going on. It was a scary time, very scary.
Well, I lived in Pensacola in an area called Cordova Park, and I remember all the houses they were building there. Suddenly, they were putting bomb shelters in the backyards of all the houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had the bomb shelters.
That's right.
And speaking of Florida, let me tell you how bad CNN is. You already know how bad CNN is.
Wow. Yeah.
We had an illegal here.
Yeah. All right.
Murder a Department of Homeland Security worker.
Mm-hmm.
And so CNN has got a headline, and it says, a Florida man murdered this Homeland Security. Florida man, an illegal alien in this country, and kills somebody, and it's a Florida man.
Yeah.
And that's CNN. That's why they only have 3 viewers.
Well, and again, yesterday or the other day, AP in the story of that scumbag with the name, an African name I can't pronounce, who murdered a woman working for the Department of Homeland Security, walking her dog, and a couple other people. And AP described this, said, an Atlanta man has been arrested for an Atlanta man.
That's what I was just telling you about.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they call him an Atlanta man on AP.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
And where I was, it was a Florida man.
Yeah, well.
Okay, I'm probably getting it wrong.
Either way, still the same. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, we went through remember the who was the guy? The the Maryland man. The original ones they wanted to send back to Venezuela. They just started describing as a Maryland man. Father and the husband,
And how about the later? I told you this last week. We need a newspaper. Newspapers need to have a section, rapper crimes. And there's some rapper out there called D4VD.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the story, with 14-year-old girl disappeared. I guess they now have arrested him for murdering a girl found in his electric car or something. I don't know.
A Tesla. But Kimmer, she had been dead and decomposed, dismembered, okay?
Yeah.
She'd been dismembered, dead, decomposing in this rapper's trunk for over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Before somebody said, something smells odd around here, and they opened it and found him.
Yeah.
And now we're going to learn about all the horrible, disadvantaged life this poor rapper had. And
I know.
How do we put up with this, Kimmer?
I don't know. It's just I don't.
Do you ever have to hold yourself back?
Every day.
I mean, really, I'm becoming not a nice person.
Well, you know what it is? In fact, I jokingly, seriously say this all the time. When you get to be our age, one of the things is I get very upset about the fact that I don't count anymore. We're not even in the demographics anymore, and there's nothing I can do to try to save my country anymore. And it's like I can, bitch and piss and moan and things like that, but it's not going to make any difference to anybody. And frankly, the guys like you and I are now seeing the difference between America today and America we grew up with, where, you respected a cop in a uniform. You could trust him if you were in trouble, go to a cop first. And your parents told you, you needed a job to earn allowance money, and you mowed lawns, and it's just, went out to play. And
Kimmer, you and I firmly believe this. We lived through the best years of this country.
Yeah, well, and again, I'm disappointed that we didn't pass it along the right way to our descendants. because the baby boomers. We were the generation, as you know, that your old man and my old man saved this freaking planet and gave it to us with all the things that they couldn't. Our parents would never even have imagined what they were able to do to allow us to progress this far with all we have in this world.
And we experienced Democrats like John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that's right.
And now we have Democrats that can't tell you what a woman is.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy was the guy who said, "What's good for General Motors is good for America." John F. Kennedy was an old-fashioned Democrat businessman who knew how the country worked and stuff. And these days, he's freaking socialist. Look what's going on with Kami Mondami in New York. Oh, my God. Jeez. And New Jersey just elected that socialist woman, that screaming maniac.
I had a story. I had a story here somewhere about Mom Don. God, what a nutcase that guy is. And he's now got these grocery stores going. Okay.
Yeah. Well, not really. He said it'll be about 4 years. In fact, Babylon B says, Mondami announces the grocery stores will open in 3 or 4 years, but you better get in line now for the bread.
Right. Exactly.
4 years to open a grocery store.
They are going to offer, as I understand it, at Mondami's Communist grocery store, they're going to have a variety. For instance, on some days you will be able to buy a carrot and a head of cabbage.
An extra borscht. With 6, you get borscht.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm taking that personally.
Well, you like borscht?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't think that's cabbage, isn't it?
No, it's beets.
Beets, yeah, you can have you can have mine. Here, let me go.
You don't like beets?
No, well, my mother used to make them, and we ate them.
Your mother made beets?
Oh yeah, she would cook them, whatever.
That's a talent.
Yeah, well, she didn't make the plant, obviously, but she would cook them or whatever they did. Yeah, we used to have them. We used to have all that stuff.
Here is where, who's the bald-headed guy that just walked in?
Flounder's here, but he's not bald-headed.
Well, he look
short hair.
See, that's the delay we have going here.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, I just saw him walk in.
Hey, Neil, how are we doing?
I'm doing great. Like I told you earlier today, they didn't admit me, so I'm feeling blessed.
That's always a plus when they don't have to probe you, for sure.
Now, are you going in later on today, or is this a whole nother thing?
They don't do it that quick. It's in May.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's going to be okay. Here's where I get in trouble.
Yeah,
and the Queen has been sitting in here listening to me. Okay,
all right.
So she's going to probably get out and walk out. She doesn't like. She's had enough controversy during her life.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And she doesn't like me to get this antsy.
Yeah.
At any rate, Kimmer.
Yeah.
On TV. Where I love the cop shows.
Yeah.
On
me too. I watch them a lot.
Yeah, Cops or 24 Cops.
K9 Shift and all that stuff.
I like Road Wars, Customer Wars. I don't like Storage Wars. That bores me.
I used to, and but I don't like the new. I don't watch it anymore.
No,
I used to a long time.
But anyway, okay, Kimmer. Here we go. Here's where I get in trouble. You watch all these crime shows.
Yeah.
You what? Who's doing the shootings? Who's doing the killings? And it's blacks after blacks after blacks after blacks.
Well.
And why does it take a washed-up old geezer talk show host like me to have the courage to go on the air and mention this? But it's every time you turn around, it's another black mugshot on TV or in the newspapers. And the black leaders don't have a damn thing to say about this.
No. And in fact, yesterday in my little history thing, it was the date of the anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from the Birmingham jail. And I read part of that, and my bottom line was there's not one single Democrat leader that anybody's ever heard of today, not one, who believes in the basic tenet of Martin Luther King Jr., which is you judge a person not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And there's not one Democrat who truly believes that.
Not one.
Close.
And you couldn't find a Democrat right now who is worthy of bringing a cup of coffee to Martin Luther King.
I totally agree. Absolutely agree.
I feel so privileged that in my early years I got to sell him a ring richest department store.
I remember you told that story.
Yeah.
Tell the little people about that. What was it like? Go ahead, please.
I was working behind the counter at Rich's.
You were a jewelry buyer guy, weren't you?
I was the assistant buyer.
Yeah.
Don't give me too much credit.
Well, take all the credit you want.
Procurement. He did procurement.
Yeah, he
procurement.
procured people. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm working at the counter, and and all of a sudden there's a little bit of a commotion, and up walks. I can say that. Up walks Martin Luther King Jr. And he, I want to look at some rings. Fine, come with me. And I sold him a ring.
I'll be darned. Do you remember what it was?
Do I remember what it was?
What
diamond.
Kind, a diamond ring. I'm just curious whether it was like a wedding band.
Price. Okay, it wasn't a wedding band. It wasn't an engagement ring. It was just a nice diamond ring, like the kind I buy my wife all the time.
Cool. I'll be darned. Her
favorite is Effie. If you're interested.
Effie, the Hunger Games?
No, not the Hunger Games. Effie, the diamond jewelry.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, by the way, are you a pig?
I'm a pig, yeah, kind of.
Okay, Flounder?
I'm an Aries. I don't know.
So am I.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I a pig?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm a pig.
You don't think all men are pigs?
No, I don't.
No, I'm not either. I'm not. I'm a man, damn it.
Write this down.
I used to be a man. I'm not a man anymore.
Write this down.
Yeah, all right. I'm right.
M-A-G-I-T.
M-A-G-I-T, maggot?
Yes. Not, well, it might be pronounced that way. I don't know.
Maggot?
Yeah.
Magit, yeah. Okay, what does that mean?
That's the first name.
M-A-G-I-T is the first name. What's the second name?
Brant, B-R-A-N-T.
B-R-A-N-T?
Yeah.
Maggot Brandt.
Yeah.
And what do we know about this guy, Maggot
Well, she's
Brandt?
the leading realtor in Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, is she the one, the social media star?
No, I don't think she is.
All
if she is, I don't know it.
All right, we'll tell the story.
Well, just look at her. And you'll see why she sold.
Well, you told me to write her name down. I don't see her face.
How are you going to look it up without writing her name down?
Well,
okay, what's the name?
M-A-G-I-T.
B-R-A-N-T, yeah.
B-R-A-N-T.
Yeah.
And the little people at home will be looking up this also, unless they're driving
it's probably
their car.
crashed by now.
Well, is she the one who has makes fun of all the homes? And
No.
Right, well, why are we looking her
No
up?
TV. No TV. You think that Mom Dammy had? How do you pronounce his name? Mom Dammy.
Mom Dammy.
Yeah, whatever. You think he has a nice smile?
I don't know. He's a little twerp to me.
Yeah, he's a twerp.
Yeah. What are we looking at here now?
Well, I just think this is the nicest smile I've seen on any woman other than my wife.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we kind of went a long way to look at a picture of a girl smiling. No, it's good. I'll save some for later.
It's not my fault that you can't translate from a piece of paper to a Google search.
You didn't say anything about looking her up. You just said, write down this name. I wrote down the name, and you say, well, what do you think? I mean, what do you mean, what do I think? You have to tell me to look her up.
Okay, I want to know more about Gabriel Iglesias. That's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
I've got a couple of his. I'll send them to you, Neil. He's a funny guy. He's a big Puerto Rican guy who's very, very funny.
He's hilarious. And my wife right now, she loves comedians, but is she choosy.
Oh, really?
And right now, as you know, Nate Bargatze.
Bargatze's
he's right on. He doesn't tell jokes. He just tells stories.
And that's the thing I really respect about him. Is it's not like he writes down a script of what he's going to do. He's just a very clever storyteller. He's just a really naturally funny guy.
Donna says he just thinks funny.
Yeah, he does. He does think funny. He reacts, puts things in funny ways of what the facts are. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, you've been keeping track this afternoon. What's the latest on the Straight of Hormuz?
As far as I know, the Straight of Hormuz is totally open except for the Iranian links, so they can't take or send oil, but everybody else can.
That doesn't seem fair.
Exactly, because we're finally being the bully on the block again.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah,
and
the way it ought to be.
But if I heard you right, I think you're fed up to about here with NATO.
NATO can eat me. I mean, seriously, I don't. It's their freaking land. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Right,
NATO can what?
Can eat me. They can freaking eat me. I mean, take a little chunk right here. I got a little something right here. Here you go. Yeah, right over. Start over here. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that was classy.
I mean, I know. I have no class. I have no. suavity of any kind.
Why can't we get rid of NATO and the United Nations now?
I'll tell you that. And now, don't we still own that land, or did we give it? The United Nations property worth about $1 billion.
It's right in the center of New York
City, isn't it?
How hard would it be to take it back?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, who's going to stop us?
Well, if there's one president that would do it,
just kick them all out and say, this is ours. You're fired.
This is ours.
You're out.
You know, there's so many things. That's why I'm toying with this idea of a book about things that ain't so.
Oh, well, you definitely should do that. You could do a whole thing on the Constitution.
But anyway, there's one of the things that people don't know is that from the day of its inception back in 1945, the United Nations was, from the get-go, as they say in the Ivy Leagues, from the get-go it was a solidly anti-American organization. And when I tell people, and I remember one time I was confronted very loudly on my TV show on Channel 17. You said that Russia had 3 votes in the General Assembly, and they don't. They only had 1.
No, that's
not. But the truth was, from the beginning, the Soviet Union could have 3 votes in the United Nations.
Yeah.
No other country had more than 1.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union could have 3 judges on the World Court. No other country could have more than 1.
Yeah.
It was all slanted, twisted that way in favor of the left, in favor of the communists, in favor of the Soviet Union, against the United States, and it's been that way ever since.
Yep.
Can you think of a war that United Nations has ever stopped?
I can't think of a war the United Nations has ever much been in. I know they have little blue berets you see once in a while for on guard duty, but I don't recall. I don't remember the greatest victory of the United Nations Armed Forces. No, I don't.
Yeah,
recall.
They're handing out bottles of water.
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, I don't know why why the hell we let China become part of the the top 5? What do you call the top 5 kingmakers of the United Nations who can have the veto power? Why the hell we ever even let China into that?
It was Britain, France, the United States. Oh gosh, I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
there were 5. Wasn't it like 5? I don't remember.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it was 5.
and we decided to let China, be part of that.
And do you know what the official language of the United Nations is?
Well, I was going to say hopefully English, but clearly it's probably French or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's French. Why do you think your passport's in English and in French?
Well, yeah, there you go. I hadn't thought about it, but that's right. That's right.
You learn so much listening to me.
Well, you should write a book.
I thought you were writing one. What's the name of your book again?
Shut Up and Leave Me Alone.
Well, Kimmer, I got to tell you that's dangerously close to my last book.
What was your last book? I don't remember.
Maybe I should shut up. Maybe I should just shut up and go away.
Oh, there you go. I'm like Louis Grizzard. I don't feel so good myself. Was it Elvis is dead and I don't feel so good myself?
that was another great title.
Yeah. What a guy.
Yes.
I remember the time when his widow came into our studio on my show. Flounder, I think you were running the board. Remember when Louis Grizzard's widow came in to be on my show? Were you running the board then?
I don't think I was.
I can't. And she was so hot. And I'm going to wear a red dress to your funeral, girl. Remember this, the whole story on that?
No air conditioning back then. Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, she was so hot. I mean, she was so sweet, and I kept telling her, I said, "You're a babe. You're really a dish." Oh,
that's what she wanted to hear.
And she was so sweet. It was really, really a fun time. I don't think I ever actually met Louis Grizzard personally myself.
I met him a few times. I remember the last time I saw him, he was going down the first hole at Ansley Golf Club.
Ansley Park Golf Club, yeah. 9-hole course. They play twice from different tees, I think it is.
Yeah, different tees. And that was the golf course I joined when the Cherokee Town and Country Club blackballed me and told me no thanks.
Yeah. In fact, Cherokee Town and Country Club also,
no offense, Wayne.
Cherokee Town and Country Club also told the Kimmer that I would never be a member there as well.
Well, I enjoyed making a speech at the Cherokee Club a couple of years later, and from the podium, I just told us it's a great pleasure to be able to be paid to speak at a country club that wouldn't allow me to be a member.
Yeah, right. How do they react to that one?
Well, yeah, I kind of went over like.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not.
But you never miss a chance to bury the knife when the opportunity arises.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a fighter.
You're a Marine.
That's right. Yeah, like I say, if you get an old fart like me, if the old saying is, if Marines get too old to fight, we'll just kill you.
That's one way to look at it. Yes.
That's a nice saying.
Sorry. Well, a lot of us have had it up to here. That's why I want to go back. And I would love to go over to the Iran thing and just be there, serve food or drive a truck or, seriously, I just.
Would you really?
I would. I swear to God.
Okay, here's honesty from Boortz.
All right.
I'm so fed up. I am. You didn't hear it in my commentary this morning?
Oh, I did. We talked about it.
Yes.
I'd mentioned it earlier about the 250 years, and I also mentioned that the average length of a civilization is 230.
Yeah.
So
does anybody out there know of any great grand celebration that people are planning, working on, preparing for the 4th of July?
Well, he mentioned
the White House.
The only thing I know is Donald Trump. He's going to have the big matches,
the MMA
wrestling,
fight.
and
It's a
an
big
athletic
yawner.
event. Yeah, I know.
It's a yawner. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, again, this is a result of what's going on in this country now. I mentioned earlier too that this is the biggest divide in my country that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. Way worse than Vietnam. Way worse than the civil rights movement and the women's burning their bras and all that. I don't know how we're going to get bring everybody back together again. I really don't.
Okay, Kimmer, if that's the case, and I agree with you, you got to work on your mental health. And working on your mental health. Look, you can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So now I have to be encouraged to watch a newscast. I have to be encouraged to read the Wall Street Journal or any newspaper with any value at all in order to keep up to enough speed that I can parry with you and the morning crew earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Because I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know.
What's done is done.
Yeah.
You know what I care about? I care about my short game.
There you go.
Yeah.
As you should. And getting back to your wife and having dinner. Yeah. Right.
I used to be able to, like the other day I was playing with a good friend of mine who owns 8,000 apartment units.
Oh, cool.
And I hit a ball in front of a line of trees. And I said, I'm just going to go over those trees. And look at me, you can't do that. And I said, don't ever tell me I can't do something.
Watch this.
And I just took an 8-iron and I lobbed that ball over that. It was so beautiful. And, that's what I care about now, a good shot. Give me a couple of good shots on the golf course so I'll come back and play it again.
Yeah.
And the rest of you people that can't figure out what a hell a woman is, the rest of you people that don't think that we ought to have any controls at all on who comes into this country, the rest of you people who think it's okay for Barack Obama to demand a picture ID to get into that horrendous abortion that he's going to call a presidential library.
Mausoleum looks like a freaking crematorium.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the garbage cans you see at the airport.
Yeah, it's a dumpster.
It does look like a dumpster.
It really does.
But he's requiring a picture ID, and you don't have to have a picture ID to vote? No, he doesn't want you.
Yeah.
Look, if you can sit back and tolerate those thought processes, no, I don't know. Can a man have a child? Oh, I don't know. I think a man can have a child. Do we need tampons in the boys' restrooms?
It's crazy. I know.
I'm preaching to the choir, aren't I?
Well, no. The problem is that's my whole life. When I live alone, I got home, I turn the TV on to Fox News as I start working on the next day's show because I have to know the stuff that's going on. But I guarantee you, if I were retired like I was when I was down in Florida, I would not be watching the news every night.
Well, like I am.
Yeah, like you are. Exactly.
I'm going to hang up on your skanky butt here in a few minutes.
And I'll keep working for a while.
And I'm going to go in there and watch the RB, whatever the hell it is, Heritage Golf Tournament.
Yeah, plus you got that whole wife thing going, so.
Well, Neil, the next time you're in Atlanta, we should get around to golf going.
We'll definitely got to do that.
Yeah, I'd love to. You come down here.
I'll go to Naples. I'm happy to. Yeah. You want to get the plane and fly on down here?
Outstanding. Yeah, there you go.
There was a day.
Come get us.
there was a day, guys, with AirTran. Remember AirTran?
I remember. I loved AirTran. They got screwed, man. That oxygen blow-up thing had nothing to do with AirTran.
I know it.
They got screwed.
I know it. But a sister of a dear friend got killed on that airplane, so I had to tread lightly.
Yeah.
But at any rate, in the days of AirTran, if you wanted to come down here, I'd just make a phone call. Here's your ticket.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I was endorsing them.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. In fact, I think I was. Oh my God! I think I was too. I think
Well, there was an AirTran DC-9 with my picture on the side.
Oh, is that right? Well, I never had my picture on an airplane.
Maybe a bus or a cab.
Yeah, you had your picture on a bus.
Yeah. Wanted. Danger.
I got it. There was a man with AirTran. I'm not going to mention his name because there could still be repercussions.
Yeah, okay.
But my daughter got married in South Florida. Okay. And we had about 20, 30 family members to bring in from all over from Georgia and Texas and what have you.
Yeah.
And I called up and I called this guy with AirTran. I said, "Can I get a code to get a little bit of discount for these people?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Just give me their names." Huh? Give me their names. They're all comped.
Wow.
Yeah. I want you to tell me how long you'd have to wait for any other locally based airline to do something like that.
Well, I don't think anybody could do that anymore.
I know it. They couldn't.
Yeah.
I know. Because I know some executives at Delta right now.
Well, I
can't think of a finer airline anywhere.
I'll tell you, I only fly Delta. Delta took me down to fly their freaking plane in that simulator thing, and it was one of the greatest things I ever did. Boy, was that fun.
What time of day was it?
It was after work. Wayne, no offense, and I went down there after work, after one show one day, and in fact, I tried to. We were starting to land, and I said, I want to go back again, so I tried to jam it up in full speed. He said, "No, you can't do that. I'm going to fly through the E on Delta or something." What's the damnedest thing?
Isn't that the most fun you've ever had with your clothes on?
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really fun. It was great.
I got to fly their 757-67 simulator.
Wow.
And
cool.
It was great. Okay, listen, the leaders are about approaching the 14th hole, so the hell with you.
All right, go have fun. Hi to the missus. Thank you, Neil. Neil Boortz. All right, man. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. We're going to go down there one day. We'll play some golf and do our show down there.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Neil. 4:32. Kimmer Repeat will be back, and Flounder, and we got updates, and Jeff's on the board on 106.3. Happy Letter Rip for Friday. Look out.
Stovall & Company Wholesale Landscape Supply has been family-owned and operated for more than 75 years, and we treat you like family, too.
Check us out at StovallInc.com or stop by our new store in Canton, Georgia and see what we have to offer.
At Stovall, we supply all your landscape project needs.
Completely hassle-free, all the way down to the delivery.
Have you been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs.
We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
When Atlanta drivers want strength, capability, and comfort in one place, they head to Jim Ellis Buick GMC.
That's because Buick and GMC deliver everything from refined luxury to serious professional-grade performance, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC makes the buying experience quick, easy, and transparent.
Whether you're looking for a rugged GMC Sierra, a versatile Acadia, or a refined Buick Enclave, you'll find a huge selection in stock right now.
And just like every Jim Ellis dealership, you can shop your way. Start online, value your trade, schedule a test drive, even handle paperwork from home.
Or stop by and experience the no-pressure, straightforward approach Jim Ellis is known for.
Find your new Buick GMC at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person for a VIP shopping experience designed around your needs.
2 convenient locations to serve you. In Chamblee on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter, or up Highway 20 in Buford near the Mall of Georgia.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
You know what you get back when you call the Trusted Toolbox? You get your time back, you get your family back, and you get your house back. No more spending weekends fixing loose doors, drywall cracks, or that list that never ends. With our handyman for a day, one skilled professional shows up, knocks out multiple repairs in one visit. Everything from drywall to ceiling fans changed out, painting, trim work, and so much more. Stop working on your house every weekend. Call the Trusted Toolbox. Get your time back and get it done right the first time. Book your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
Braves Country, your season just got even better. Introducing Braves.tv, the new way to stream over 140 Braves games with no local blackouts. Watch live or on demand on any device. No cable, no satellite, no hassle. Monthly subscriptions are now available for $19.99. That's less than 70 cents a game. So head to Braves.tv to subscribe today. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena. georgiaswarm.com.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the Honest Car Guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
It's spring break time and summer vacations are right around the corner. While you're thinking about fun in the sun, you should also be thinking about who's protecting your home while you're away. This is Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security, and we offer the latest in security and video surveillance technology to provide you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your home is safe and secure. Starting service with Alert 360 is easy. Visit us at alert360atlanta.com, establish service in April, and get a free video camera. Protect what matters most. alert360atlanta.com.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work.
There isn't one state, and there's not one demographic. It doesn't matter if you're black, Hispanic, white, Asian. Every single demographic thinks that the Save America Act is a good thing. Every single state, even the liberal states, thinks the Save America Act is a good thing. So let's not pretend like it's not a very good thing for America and a very popular thing for America. So what they're really fighting on is just like they did with transgenders, just like they did with men competing in women's sports, just like they've done with so many things in education, energy, the unpopular things that once again make them the king of the ashes.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra 106.3 app.
Look out.
Was a
Dun, dun. Three Dog Night. 1971, big hit. Joy to the World. 1971 began the 6-week run at number one, Joy to the World. That was the second number one hit for Three Dog Night. A lot of people don't know that Three Dog Night is the same band as Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, depending on how many trombones they have. So it's they just depending on who shows up, and they change the name and the marquee overnight. It's an incredible story. Could be true. Birthday list includes Rooney Mara, that naughty little girl with a dragon tattoo. That was a bizarre role. I have to say, I enjoyed.
Very awkward.
I enjoyed that role. I have to say, she's she's too skinny. I mean, she's a teeny little thing. But I tell you what, if you ever, well, you can't talk about that. You're a married man. But she was. What a character! A brilliant genius at financial things, and a switch hitter, and what a story. Girl with a dragon tattoo, Rooney Mara, 41. Her sister is Kate Mara, and of course they are of the royalty NFL ownership family, the Mara family. Rooney Mara, 41 today. She was also in Social Network as one of the girls he insulted or whatever.
All right, we got Roger on the horn who wants to talk about the Bay of Pigs.
Roger, you're on the radio, man. Welcome aboard. What do you think? What's up?
Thank you. Hey, well, first of all, Brother Phi.
I'm sorry, what now?
Brother Phi. Phi Delta Theta.
Oh, Phi Delta Theta.
Hey, I'm calling about the Bay of Pigs you were talking about.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you can Google this to verify it. The reason the Bay of Pigs failed was Kennedy canceled the air support.
I did read something about that, and they didn't. Yeah, I think that's, or it was either. I'm not sure. I thought it was that, or maybe they just destroyed it. Surprisingly, because I think they were tipped off. That's not true. No, okay.
No, he canceled the air support. I think it was the. What's the same one they're using over in Iran, the Air Hog? What's that aircraft? Anyway.
Oh, I don't know if they were available back then. But I don't think he wanted to go. My understanding was that he didn't want to do it, and they kind of talked him into it because it wasn't his plan. He kind of inherited it.
Yeah, 61, and it was already in the turn there, going to happen, and he said, okay, but I'll let it happen, but I'm going to cancel the air support. Well, hell, that just doomed it.
Yeah.
Doomed it.
A total
it's on
failure.
His back.
And it led to the Cuban Missile Crisis because Castro got all the Russians from USSR helping out. Yeah, what a time that was.
He stood tall. He stood tall with the blockade, but he shot down the Bay of Pigs by canceling air support, which they had to have, and so Castro took over.
Yep. And the Cuban Missile Crisis, but that's when we didn't think much about the Bay of Pigs, but when the Cuban Missile Crisis has, as a result, we were all talking about the possibility of having a war. Anyway, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Was a fun time as a kid growing up. Gave me my first inclination about tough times ahead. Let's see. Kimmer Pete's been back. He talked to us earlier today. We're going to do the Glenn Beck thing here in a second. I've been promising that, and I've been screwing up all day long. First of all, and Flounder's here, and Jeff is on the board. Jeff has popped his... Jeff has now accepted his first...
The cherry on top?
Yes, exactly. Jeff is now his first on the board, on his own, after training period, as... the team guy we can count on to do things, and congratulations and welcome aboard, as I can say. All right, our birthday list includes, what do I have here? I have one right over here. Did I do one? I couldn't have done one. How about Jennifer Garner? I always liked her. She has a huge head. I think she has a giant head. Jennifer Garner's 54. I remember her from Alias, of course, a series. She was in Juno. And then the other thing, Electra and Peppermint. Did you ever see those movies?
Yeah, I remember seeing Electrica, but I also, she was married to Ben Affleck, and they have a couple of kids who are all non-binary, or they trans, or something like that. They don't identify as their...
Jennifer Garner, Daredevil also was in Daredevil, Peppermint, Electra, 13 going on 30. And Ben Affleck says the biggest regret of his life is cheating on his wife, Jennifer Garner, with her freaking babysitter. And she left him, and he said, that's the biggest regret of my life.
Yeah, that's a pretty...
Idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jennifer Garner's birthday, and she is 54 years old today. Did you say we have a call or not? Did I go? Okay, good. And, well, not good, but I mean, I go along here. We're going to do something that I heard today, and I was very surprised by it. On this day in 1610... Henry Hudson, the famed explorer, on this day in 1610, set sail on his fateful voyage to find a northwest passage. His crew would mutiny 14 months later. He was set adrift in what is now Hudson Bay, Canada, never to be seen again. Henry Hudson's crew was starving and resentful after a harsh winter trapped in ice. So they abandoned Henry Hudson and his son and 7 of his loyal or sick crew members in a small boat, and sent them on their way, never to be seen again. Eventually, the mutineers returned to England, and they were put on trial for mutiny, and they went unpunished. Henry Hudson's voyage was a tragedy, but his earlier work in 1609, he explored the Hudson River and claimed Manhattan for the Dutch, which is why they called it New York, after the Dutch guy, York guy there. Anyway, I'd say it's 4:45 already. Oh, I heard this on Glenn Beck today. This was astounding. He told the story, and it's on one of his podcasts. Well, no, that's not true. He's doing a series of lectures that you can buy, and he puts music to it about American history, so you get a real true look at American history. And one of the episodes, episode 2, I think he called it, he told the story of a guy named John, I wrote it down and I can't find it, John Howland, I think it was, who was on the original Mayflower. And back in the Mayflower, nobody knew how to swim. You couldn't turn boats around. He fell off the Mayflower. And, of course, he couldn't stop the boat. He somehow grabbed a hold of a rope that was floating in the ocean, which happened to be attached to the Mayflower. He grabbed onto it, and somehow he got himself back on board the Mayflower, and it's a good thing. Because here's what happened as a result of this guy living and his descendants from him living on the Mayflower. Jeff, if you will, from
John Howland. Because he survived, from his lineage, Franklin Roosevelt, George W. Bush, Edith Roosevelt, Sarah Palin, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Longfellow, Alec Baldwin, Humphrey Bogart, Christopher Lloyd, John Lithgow, Joseph Smith, Dr. Spock, the guy who was the chief prosecutor at the Nuremberg trials. All of those people live because he found his way back up onto the deck of the Mayflower. It's an incredible story.
Henry Cabot Lodge, Christopher Lloyd, the actor, mentioned Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, actress Lillian Russell, Dr. Benjamin Spock, William H. Macy, the actor, the doctor who did the first pediatric practice in the New World. Let's see, John Lithgow, Chevy Chase, Sam Irvin. Remember old Sam Irvin, old Watergate committee? I'm just an old country lawyer, Sam Irvin. Direct descendant from the guy who hung onto a rope and survived falling off the freaking Mayflower. He had like 10 kids and is responsible for something like, I don't know, 2 million descendants from that guy falling off the Mayflower. 4:47. Hold on. We got Let It Rip Friday going in full steam here. We'll be back. Look out.
The legend Neil Boortz is only on Xtra 106.3. With daily commentary you'll hear throughout the day. And he's on live with the Morning Extra every Tuesday morning at 7:30. Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Xtra 106.3. And catch all of Neil's commentary on the Xtra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Kawasaki. You're outside working, making good progress on the lawn, and then you hear it. Something isn't running like it should. It might be time for a part upgrade with Kawasaki Genuine Parts from Howard Brothers. When you use Kawasaki Genuine Parts, you're getting pro-trusted parts that your equipment deserves. No guessing, no shortcuts, just dependable power that keeps you running. Find your parts at Howard Brothers and trust Kawasaki Genuine Parts to keep your machines working as hard as you do.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Right now, new car prices are out of control. Yes, it's more affordable to buy a used vehicle, but can you really trust what you're getting? That's why I use VIX Auto Care. VIX can perform a pre-purchase inspection of the vehicle I'm thinking about. They'll check it out from top to bottom, so I know if there are any potential problems. VIX helps me make the right decision. So before you buy, give VIX a try. VIX Auto Care on Roswell Street in Marietta. Visit them at VIXAutoCare.com. That's VIKS Autocare.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
Oh, here we go. You got a girl's name there, Kimmer. Johnny Cash. On this day in 1970 at the White House, at the invitation of Richard Nixon, the president, Johnny Cash was asked to perform Okie from Muskogee. But Johnny Cash said, no, I can't do that. That's not my song. That's Merle Haggard's big hit. So instead, Johnny said, I'm going to do my number one hit song, A Boy Named Sue. And he did. And you know what's funny? He grew up being tougher because he had a girl's name. And I grew up being half crazy trying to make up for having a girl's name. It's very strange how things turn around. Be careful what you name your children. Let's see. We're going to do something special here in a minute, too. First of all, this is amazing. 3 birthdays all tied into the TV series Lost. Henry Ian Cusick is 59. Desmond on Lost. Russ Taylor on MacGyver, but Henry Ian Cusick, 59 on Lost. William Mapother is 61. Tom Cruise's cousin, he was known as Ethan on Lost. And L. Scott Caldwell birthday today. He's 70. Actually, she is 76. L. Scott Caldwell. The L stands for Laverne. And she was on Lost. All 3 of them birthdays today on the same series. Anyway, just for the record. And on this day in history, 1980. A Disneyland character appears in court wearing a Winnie the Pooh costume. A family had claimed that the actor had purposely struck their daughter while in the park at Disneyland in 1980, and that caused bruising and headaches that lasted to their little girl for months. The actor claimed the girl had been acting out and was running to attack him when he accidentally hit her with his ear in the Winnie the Pooh costume. Well, the actor appeared in court wearing the costume, and he stayed in the costume while he testified. And he only responded to questions with gestures and dancing. It was demonstrated that it would be impossible to do what the family claimed he did while he was wearing that costume, and he was found not guilty. I can't imagine how the judge let him not answer any questions and just act it out. But again, that's what he said. All right, it's 4:56 already. Holy cow. Kimmer and Pete will be back with Flounder and Jeff, and we got your tweets. We got Pete's tweets, and in honor of Pete's tweets, we got Flounder's tweets here on 106.3. All right, what do you got?
All right. William says, the problem isn't who spends 4 to 8 years in the White House. The problem is who spends 30 to 40 years in Congress.
Good point.
Brenda tweets, maturing in marriage is realizing that when your husband says he'll do anything for you, he means fighting bad guys and dragons and stuff, not folding clothes and washing dishes. To which David responds, have you been attacked by a dragon since you married him? Show some respect, Brenda. Starting to run in your 60s is a great way to meet people. Today I met 1 paramedic, 2 nurses, and almost met Jesus.
It looked like me the last time I tried to run across a parking lot.
Martin 100 tweets, we live in a society where liberals lecture us on morals, transgenders lecture us on biology, people who terminate pregnancies lecture us on human rights, communists lecture us on economics, and satanics lecture us on religion.
Well, I love it. And what was the one, you remember off the top of your head, the one about cooking a certain seafood?
No. Did I do this?
You said there was a guy saying they're going to ban lobsters from being thrown into boiling water.
Oh, I need to. Let me see if I got that one at the end.
Well, that's all right. It was it was a funny line that says, "Yeah, they're trying to pass laws now to prevent people from throwing a lobster into boiling water because they can feel the pain." But they didn't think much about abortion.
Unborn babies. Yeah, how's that? And the deep state took Swallow out in 7 days, and you think they still have something on Trump?
Swalwell.
All right, and then last one for me. Bushkora tweets, who made the U.S. boss on dictating to other nations about their enriched uranium? To which Concordius replies, enrichment uranium is an American culture practice. Anyone else doing it is appropriating our culture.
And by the way, one more on Swalwell of Babylon B. Eric Swalwell insists he did not rape any of those Chinese spies he slept with. So he did suck their toes, however. That was added by the camera. All right, 4:58. How about another Flounder's Funny? Here we go. Right, big
if you
bang
go to
boom.
Europe, just so you know, it's the most old. It's very old.
The most old.
You think we're old, and you get there, and you're like, good night. What have y'all been doing over here? You just walk around, they're like, that building is from 8. You're like, good. Really? 8. Went to Australia as well. Australia is very far away. I'm going to tell you, our Earth is bigger than I thought it was. We flew 16 hours, over 500 miles an hour. Barely made it. Barely. I think we went the wrong way as well.
Mr. Nate Bargatze, the one and only.
Yeah, he's the best. He came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, that's the only guy he's number one to me these days. All right, Kimmer's here, Flounder's here. Pete will be back. We talked to him earlier today, and he's doing great. And Jeff's on the board. Is coming up on 5 o'clock. We will do Holy Crap at Sports, and we got another Flounder's Funny. We got the latest on the news, and it's all coming up on 106.3. Let it rip Friday. What do you think? Look out.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
One thing leads to another. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The day after Israel agreed to a ceasefire in Lebanon, where it's been fighting Iran-backed Hezbollah, Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is fully reopened to all commercial vessels. The U.S. military with a different take. Here's Fox's Kevin Uretsky.
CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper says that technically the strait was always open. However,
the only thing preventing ships from going through has been the threat of Iran attacking them. It's never physically been closed.
The Admiral says the U.S. forces are making sure things stay that way.
As of today, I think new news, we also have 864 Apaches in and around the Strait of Hormuz, providing a visible presence and deterrence as we advocate for the free flow of commerce.
President Trump posting earlier that Iran has also agreed not to close the strait again and that mines are being removed. An Iranian official reportedly threatening to close the strait if the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports doesn't end. President Trump says that will continue until there's a deal. He also says the U.S. and Lebanon will work to resolve the Hezbollah situation, even though Israel's prime minister says Israel is not yet finished with the militant group. Plunging oil prices, rallying stocks with a third record close for the S&P and the NASDAQ, now with its longest daily winning streak since 1992. The Dow finishing back over 49K, up 868. Congress buying more time for a key surveillance tool.
The ayes do have it. The bill is passed.
The Senate passing a short-term extension by voice vote.
After the House passed an extension of FISA 702 until April 30th, the Senate did the same. Several Republicans in the House are demanding reform, specifically a requirement for a warrant in order to search Americans' data that often gets swept up during warrantless surveillance meant to target foreign suspects.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal said that bill allows time to work on potential changes. America is listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
Together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Hair, help, hair, hip, road guards out. Hair, help, hair. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper. With Pete Davis, who will be back. We talked to him today by phone, and his special nurse is taking care of everything. And Pete said she saved his life. He's doing better. He had major heart-type surgery and various things related to it, and he's doing much better. He's walking around, and he's doing great. So he'll be back joining us on a more permanent basis starting on Monday. We'll see how it goes, and everything's fine. So that's good. At least be joining us on the hot wire. Flounder's here. Jeff's on the board. Everything's good. In fact, there's a rather interesting sports story breaking concerning Kami Mamdani in New York and complaining about basketball tickets, which we'll get to. Also, the latest on a couple things. Oh, for the record, if you've been hearing about the FISA court business, they voted overnight. They had a deadline to a vote yes or no on extending the FISA court. The FISA court has been the most secretive court in the land. No one even knew about it until the Biden cadaver auto pen president. He was the dictator puppet run by the new Social Democratic Party, misused the FISA court, faking information by, remember, Lisa Gummy Bear and Robert, or what's his name, Strzok, whatever his name, freaking name, Strzok from the FBI, said these people lied on the FISA court applications to spy on Trump supporters, and they faked out the court, and the decision. The only reason for the FISA court was because of 9/11. And after 9/11, people said, oh my God, we got to start investigating these groups of people in America that we didn't know about. So the FISA court is a court that's specifically designed to allow federal agents to spy on Americans. It's the most tricky, dangerous, secretive court in the land because it can be abused like the Biden administration lied and abused it from the very beginning. That whole business with the Mueller report and everything else, absolutely disgraceful and disgusting and horrible. And the reason that and now members in freaking Congress are afraid they don't want to go more for about another 2 weeks on it. They're afraid to extend it. Nobody knows what to do because they don't trust it. And the reason they don't trust it is because of Biden. Because it was misused. Nobody trusts the freaking Department of Justice anymore. Nobody trusts the establishment of all the freaking alphabet agencies. And it's because of the last administration. You dirty, rotten traitors. I don't trust our government more than now than ever because of what you did. And frankly, Trump finally is bringing some sense back to it. And we're starting to go back to start arresting these people. Anyway, so the reason this whole FISA court is because of the last administration. Why nobody trusts what they're doing and can't trust anything, it's because of them. We got to get the hell out of that. Also, the stock market's going crazy, which is great. And oil prices are tanking, which is also great. Again, Donald Trump, he's going to pull this out. Now, I can't imagine that there will be a peace treaty which Donald Trump will sign by going to Pakistan for the meeting this weekend. Maybe, but holy cow, maybe. And I just saw a sign on Fox News on their headlines, and it said that Iran has agreed to stop enriching uranium. Not for 5 years or 10 years. It just says to stop enriching uranium, which was the ball game for, nuclear weapons, and that we would go get the uranium, they call it dust, that we caused and collected because of attacking them. We would take control of it again, and that the Straight of Hormuz would always be open. I mean, this is the win. If those things are true and they agree to it and they get their country to agree to it, it's over. And Donald Trump, oh my God! I mean, it'll be the ball game. It'll be everything.
And he would have done this in under two months.
Yeah, like 7 weeks or whatever. It's unbelievable. I mean, I remember it was months ago when he sent the most incredible military campaign in the dead of night, and they blew up. They sent bombs in one after another into the tunnels, into the thing for the uranium. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable what he's been able to accomplish. And Venezuela and the Gaza Strip. And, we're still working on the Ukraine business, but, that's not taking over the world stage right now. I mean, this is unbelievable. And if he pulls this off and he brings Lebanon and Israel together for the first time in 40 freaking years. Holy smokes. And how in the world can the liberals complain about that? Anyway, so here we go. Anyway, it's just astounding.
Yeah. Earlier, AOC is that Trump needs to be charged with war crimes for hurting the people of Iran.
God.
She said that.
Casio bang bang, stupidio. And again, I didn't even spend much time thinking about this. But the guys right before us, Davey and Blakey, I might have gotten the names wrong. Great guys. We love them very much. But they were talking about the choices for candidates for president. And I think, obviously there are a couple that are right up top of our head for Republicans. But what the hell the Democrats are going to do? Carmela is still apparently in the running. And she's still thinking about making it official to run again. How could they pick her? And Newsom, Newsom still acts like he's the guy, that he's going to be their Democrat candidate. How could they pick that guy? Who else have they got?
That's what I was about to say.
Booty Fudge is never going to get it. Black guys aren't going to walk. Yeah. Oh, please, no chance. And they're not going to go for a gay guy. They're not going to go for a Jew. They hate Jews.
They're trying
the Pennsylvania governor that they've passed over to get Carmela on the vice presidential ticket. They're never going to vote for a Jew. They hate you Jews. And why would you vote for them?
They're trying to push the most progressive person up front to run for president, and it's going to shoot him in the foot.
Good. I hope they do. Yeah. Unbelievable. I mean, seriously, it's freaking astounding.
Bernie?
And by the way, Bernie Sanders, I just saw some more ads about what he's up to these days. Bernie Sanders has now gone very, very public, trying to stop America from building data centers. Data centers and the power plants to run these things are our fight against China for the AI world. Yeah, building and again, these things are monstrous. They're like skyscrapers, and they take up acres and acres and acres of land. But if we don't do it to get the power and the data centers,
China beats us.
And Bernie Sanders is trying to stop America because he wants China to win. I mean, there's no other way to look at it.
That's what Biden did when he was in office for so long. Right. We need to work with China. We need to work with the global market.
That's right. I mean, it's just, here we go. Anyway, and by the international stuff, we'll talk about some ICE agents and stuff, what they're doing in New York and Minnesota. First of all, and by the way, I make jokes about strippers who always say that they're working on going to law school or trying to raise money to get their graduate degrees, stuff like that. Well, there's a real case of it, and I know the name, and I'll bet a few of you ladies, I'll bet your husbands may know of this name too, from a few years ago at least. Anyway, and that's coming up. First of all, did you see the video? And by the way, this is one of the major stories on Fox Network News. Is the swarm in Atlanta at 1:30 in the morning of the street racers doing donuts. In fact, the headline was "Time to make the donuts," and they show that there's video of these of 200 cars and people doing swarming donuts and what when you slide around. What the hell do they call that? Where they oh God! It's sleazy. What the hell's that called? The word I can't believe it. They're laying drag, driving recklessly, blocking the roadways. 1:30 in the morning in Atlanta. Cops showed 200 people in street racing. The crowd in a circle where the cell phones out recording, laying the tire tracks, screaming and yelling, going very, very rowdy. One cop tried to stop a guy. Says, "I'm going to tase you." Finally got him. Put him in the back of a cruiser. Of course, these are all these straight racers. They took almost 20 of them under arrest. The youngest of them was 15. Lots of guns collected. Lots of firearms taken and confiscated. Vehicles were impounded for the investigation. State Patrol took part of it. And again, why would you want to do that on the chance they're going to take your car? In fact, as far as I'm concerned, they ought to put it up for auction. I mean, seriously, that's the way to stop it. Auction them. And what do they call this? Sliding? What the hell do they call that? Where you're doing... Oh, it's an actual thing. I can't. I thought it was in here in the story, and it's not. I can't what they call it. But they call it... I don't know. Oh, God, somebody knows. They'll tell us later. I'll think of it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, we do holy crap at sports.
Drifting.
Drifting. That's thank you. I got the name.
You got the car for it.
I got the car for it. Although, well, hell, if I just nail my accelerator, it goes out on its own. It just starts spinning in circles. But it's fun. Anyway, 5:13. Kevin Repeat will be back at Flounders here and Jeff on the board. A little sports action coming up here on 106.3. Look out.
Xtra 106.3 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Xtra 106.3 FM and the Xtra app.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How do you know when you're in love?
Well, can't stop thinking about him. Your heart races sometimes, and you just want to be with him every moment of the day.
Dad, I think I'm in love then.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I remember my first Subaru, too.
There are so many reasons to love a new Subaru. From Subaru of Gwinnett, like standard symmetrical all-wheel drive on most models, top-rated gas mileage, and technology and safety that will give you the warm and fuzzies. Like the Subaru Crosstrek, with 182 horsepower and up to 120 cubic feet of interior space. Or the Subaru Outback, built to take you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Add in their amazing staff and incredible service department, and you'll understand why love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. But the only way to know it's the one is to come in for a test drive. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Get ready, Atlanta. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Vinsure, returns to TPC Sugarloaf. See PGA Tour champions legends compete up close in a world-class tournament experience packed with action and unforgettable moments. Bring your friends and be part of one of Atlanta's premier sporting events. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th. We'll see you there.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. In a time when everything feels political, one place must rise above it all. The courtroom, where the law rules and integrity matters. In 2020, Georgians came together, electing a justice who believes in protecting our courts.
I'm Georgia Supreme Court Justice Sarah Warren, and here's what I believe. I believe in the rule of law, the separation of powers, and a judge's limited role to interpret the law as written. I believe in a nonpartisan judiciary, impartial judges who don't advocate for political positions or outcomes. I believe in deciding cases without bias or favor, treating everyone with dignity and respect. As a justice on your Supreme Court, I've upheld these values. With your support, we'll maintain the integrity of our courts.
Vote to re-elect Justice Sarah Warren. Vote early starting April 27th or on Election Day, May 19th. Paid for by Georgians for Justice Warren, Inc.
Yeah, I was just thinking of some of her famous decisions. Hey, the world record was set on this day in 1982 for standing on one foot for a length of time. The world's record standing on one foot set by a guy named N. Ravi of India, 34 hours on 1 foot. 34 hours. Okie dokie.
Why?
Yeah, to set a record. I mean, 34 hours standing on 1 foot. Try standing on 1 foot for 8 minutes.
Is he allowed to hold on to something?
No, you have to stand and you have to put 1 foot on top of the other to try to keep one straight line thing. But can you imagine? 34 hours. I mean, just being awake and standing on 1 foot for that time. Anyway, all right, hold on, Grandpa Sports. Pete Davis will be back. He talked to us this afternoon. Was on the air here, and everything will be fine. He's doing a lot better. A couple of things here, including this just popped up, and I think it was kind of an amazing story involving Atlanta and the New York commie mayor, Mamdani. Here's the deal. The Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks are set to play in the first round of the NBA playoffs, and Mayor Zamdami the commie was asked why it costs so much more to go to a Knicks playoff game than it does to a Hawks playoff game. So Mayor Mamdani the commie said, well, the Knicks foes, Trae Young starred for the Hawks when they beat the Knicks in the first round of the 2021 playoffs, and that's why they have the expensive tickets. He said, I would say I blame Trae Young. I think it's always important to blame Trae Young. Ha ha, said the mayor. Well, Young was traded to the Washington Wizards in January. Even though he isn't with the Hawks, he caught wind of the remarks and fired back. He said, remember what happened the last time the mayor of that city had my name in his mouth during a time like this? Don't blame me when it happens again, Young said, laughing with a crying emoji and a hand emoji, which I think means screw you. Whether Mamdani knows Young is no longer on the Hawks, it's not the first time he's shaded Young. Bill de Blasio told Young to stop hunting for fouls during that playoff series in 2020. Anyway, so they got Trae Young involved in the thing here with the thing. See, a couple other things. I'm sure Pete would appreciate this and knows a lot more about than I would. Connor McDavid has wrapped up the National Hockey League scoring title again. He had 4 assists in the finale. Gave him 138 points. Edmonton beat the Canucks 6-1 last night. Connor McDavid, he's just a superstar. He's done now, he's won his 6th title as scoring leader. He ties Mario Lemieux and Gordie Howe for second place, 4 behind Wayne Gretzky. McDavid reached 1,200 career points. That puts him 47th on the whole list. Anyway, Connor McDavid, 6-1. Also, Live Golf may be going under. Apparently, the Saudi Arabians had a great idea trying to get people. Nobody's watching it on TV.
Yeah, their live feed yesterday was like a tree and people walking to concessions.
Yeah, Thursday, the opening round yesterday of the Mexico City event. Some of the broadcasters, including David Faherty, who I have always liked, said, no, we're fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, and of course, the golfers are, some of them are abandoning, trying to get back to the PGA Tour. Here's a bizarre thing. I wonder what the Atlanta Braves will be worth now. There's been an ugly feud in the family of Peter Seidler in San Diego. That's the family that owned the San Diego Padres. He died 3 years ago, and there's been an ugly feud in the family apparently, but now they're going to sell the team. So it'll all be over, and it's going to be a record deal. And by the way, they say a private equity billionaire whose name is Jose E. Feliciano. But I don't think that's the Jose Feliciano, the blind singer. Anyway, this guy, Jose Feliciano, and his wife, Kwanzaa Jones, are ready to buy the San Diego Padres for, just under $4 billion.
That would be a record for Major League Baseball. The Steve Cohen people bought the Mets for $2.4 billion 6 years ago.
Imagine what the
the Atlanta Braves.
If the Padres are is it 3.5? I read
it's 3.9
or 3.9.
Just under $4 billion. The Braves or the Dodgers, for that matter, too. I mean, anyway, the Padres for $4 billion. I mean, when's the last time the Padres won anything? Do they even make people come to the stands?
World Series. What was it? 3 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago?
Was it? Well, I don't know. Maybe they have a lot more people.
The World Series. I think the National League division playoff.
The division playoff. Yeah, maybe I don't remember honestly, but I can't imagine that they're selling out every home game and making a lot of money with parking and everything, concessions for the deal. How can they afford $4 billion? And quickly, Mike Trout has made a history in Yankee Stadium. He has hit his 5th homer in a series against the Yankees, his 5th blast of a 4-game set, the first visiting player in history to do it, hit 4 homers in 4 straight days, hit homers at Yankee Stadium. Mike Trout is 34, and even Aaron Judge said Mike Trout is the greatest ever. He's the greatest player of all time. And it's been fun to watch Mike Trout for his entire career, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, it's 5:23 here.
So Victor just texted me and he said his wife and kids are in the car and they were in the back seat yelling, "Tell him drifter, drifter."
Oh my God.
Drifting.
Now, drifter, is that our Victor?
Yes.
Our Victor, is that, I think, going to a wedding or at a wedding or went to a wedding or whatever.
He had it there today.
And by the way, now Victor's a hot rod guy. He's got a hot rod. In fact, I think this is one of the original.
He's probably going to
Dodge. What the hell? The Dodge, not the Dodge Viper. I think he has a Dodge Viper, and I think they're bringing that now. This may be one of those Reels things where they're faking it on my cell phone, but I think they might be bringing back the Viper. That may, I don't know. I saw, it could be one of those fake things that shows up. Oh, the new Camaro's here. Well, they're not making a new, so I don't know whether it's true or not. Anyway, thank you, Victor, and thank you, kids. Probably know more about cars than I do.
Yeah, it says the Dodge Viper is heavily rumored to return for the 2026 model year.
Yeah. I remember the time, in fact, I think I was telling Victor when years ago, it must have been the late 90s, and I represented for a very short period of time, a guy had a luxury car rental in Buckhead, right up the street from our radio station, and I represented him for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever, and in return, instead of paying me, they said, you can drive our cars, and they gave me a Lamborghini.
Yeah, there's a new service now to where you can,
you pay $1,000 a month
or every 2 months you get anything you want instead of having a car.
I'll tell you, there's something to be said for that. I mean, if you can
afford it.
Well, if your car note's around that much.
Yeah. Because I wonder if that includes the insurance too.
Everything. They come and get it. They if you say, I think I'll have a Corvette next month, they just deliver the Corvette and take the other one back, take it in for service. If you get tired of it, they come and get it. I mean,
that's the FU money right there.
Yeah, you've got it. Anyway, let's see. Oh, did I do? I got a birthday list here for Pete. Also, holy crap at sports. Norman Esiason. Norman Esiason is 65, better known as Boomer, which is why they called him Boomer, because his name is Norman. Former NFL quarterback star, Monday Night Football commentator on the CBS NFL pregame show now. Also replaced Don Imus on WFAN The Fan back in 2007. And now he's doing commercials about how his mother died when he was a little boy. And I think it's an insurance commercial, if I'm not mistaken, probably the one we're listening to all the time, where you can get the insurance in 10 minutes or whatever. Anyway, Boomer Esiason, so good for him. Also, Pete Davis on this day in 1929, Babe Ruth got married. Babe Ruth got married to Claire Hodgson, a former member of the Ziegfeld Follies. In 1929, Babe Ruth's marriage, they got married at 5:45 in the morning. Fans were expecting to crash the event around 6:30, and so they did it all at 5:45. And when asked where they were going on their honeymoon, Babe Ruth said, to the ballpark. And they did, and he hit a home run for her in that game that day. Babe Ruth, 1929. If I'd have hit a home run, if I'd been married when I hit that home run at Wrigley Field, I'd still be... No, never mind. All right, 527. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Record stock day today. Also, another quick thing. They're now thinking there may be 11 scientists who are missing.
Numbers growing and growing.
And again, these are people who are geniuses. I mean, they describe them all as, the thinkers that we can't
compete with. Who had top classified information.
Top secret classified clearances and information, worked with UFO technology and super intellectual, technology stuff of AI things. And some of them died very mysterious circumstances with no autopsies or anything, which is, most people die don't get an autopsy, so that may be just, a thing. On the other hand, there have also been several cases where they mysteriously disappeared. They just disappeared.
Vanished.
One lady was out taking a walk with her friends and then just was gone. And the same with that one guy who, left his phone and everything and took off and disappeared. And now even Donald Trump has actually had a meeting on it, and they're looking into it. He's put the FBI on it.
They're like, sir, no, you can't.
No, it's true. Kash Patel is actually now investigating, and Donald Trump says within a few days we're going to try to link everything together and see what's going on. Who's to say? Seriously, who's to say?
Those Clintons have a lot of pull, don't they?
I don't know. Oh, what did you? The Supreme Court?
It was something that it was a few weeks ago, so it's not new news. We've played the audio before, actually.
Okay.
So.
And I forgot what it was on that people wanted to
certifying the elections in one day.
Yeah,
doing everything in one day.
Vote in one day and have it certified in one day without this other kind of stuff. And again, whatever happened to the big, beautiful voting bill, the SAVE Act. And also, by the way, I have a question. This fall, when I go to vote, am I going to have to re-register? I'm registered now. I have a voting card in my wallet, and I know where my voting precinct place is. Therefore, do I have to do anything to re-register? The thing that scares me is if they have a bill that says all the rolls are gone and you have to re-register, I think people would go nuts.
I don't think you have to do that.
There's no way they could do that.
They have to handle that on their end.
But I've got a driver's license with a star on it. If you have a star on it, it means it's legit, right? That's the difference. Isn't that right, Jeff? Is that your understanding? If you have a driver's license that has a little star on the upper right-hand corner,
I have one too.
it means you're legit. That's been a federally certified official identification. Now, the problem is that some people don't have that on their license. Some states never did that or didn't do it since you've got it renewed, so you may have to show other forms of ID to get that star on your license if that's what you use to ID. I don't know. And again, I don't know the answer to it or what, if anything, you have to do to vote this fall.
I forgot one last tweet. It was a good one from
please.
C3. It says, the Republicans are one fair election away from destroying the Democrat Party, and the Democrats are one stolen election away from destroying America.
Yeah.
The Save America Act is that important.
It is. If they win, it's over. I heard them talking about it again. They're going to
seeing
stack
all those
the court.
states are getting rid of the electoral as well.
Right.
Virginia,
get rid of the electoral
California.
college popular vote, and they'll never lose. Oh, my. 5:30. Kimmer, Pete, Jeff, Sarah, Pete will be back. Flounder's in the house, and it's Let It Rip Friday. How you doing? Look out. There we go.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Xtra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Xtra 106.3 and the Xtra app.
Well, we got your plants and flowers and trees and shrubs and stuff. Stovall and Company. Planting season, growing season. You wholesalers, wholesale landscape supply company, you builders and contractors putting in yards and doing some landscape work. And don't forget, if you have a fireplace or a kitchen by the pool or something outside, you need some of that concrete stuff to help you out. Well, Paul and the boys, Trip and Devin, have got it covered for you. Third generation family business. Names on the door. So when you call and say, help, I need something delivered. It's right there now. It's an incredible story. And if you need something special and they don't have it, they'll actually tell you where to get it. You'll love them. StovallInc.com.
It's tax refund season here in Georgia, and a lot of folks are deciding how to spend it. Let me suggest something practical. something you use every day. Your air conditioning system. With an earlier and warmer projected spring, your air conditioner is about to start working real hard. If your system is older and inefficient, this might be a smart time to upgrade to a high-efficiency Carrier system to save on your utilities. When you combine proven Carrier technology with an experienced team like at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, you're investing in long-term comfort and efficiency. Right now, you can save up to $1,700 in rebates, plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making a new system more affordable than you might think. Before that refund disappears on something temporary, invest in comfort that lasts for years. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering Carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
I'm so sick of all these cheesy lawyer billboards. You might be too. If you're injured in a car crash, you don't hire a lawyer because they're sweet or strong or the biggest. You hire a lawyer who's recognized by their peers as one of the top lawyers in the state. You hire a lawyer who's going to listen to you, fight for you, and has the case results to prove it. That lawyer is me, Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. I've been proudly selected by my fellow lawyers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state and for 21 consecutive years as Georgia's super lawyer. Hagan-law.com, Hagan-law.com.
The best time to shop for a new car is when selection is strong and the offer is clear. Right now at Marietta Toyota, the new 2026 Toyota Camry is all hybrid and in stock. It's built for commuters with exceptional fuel efficiency, up to 53 miles per gallon in the city. Voted Best of Cop, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Dealership Service Center. Here's the difference you don't get everywhere. Every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, unlimited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. For well-qualified buyers, special APR financing is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. We're right where we've always been, Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends May 4th, 2026. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Get ready, Atlanta. April 24th through 26th, the Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by VinSure, returns to TPC Sugarloaf. See PGA Tour champions legends compete up close in a world-class tournament experience packed with action and unforgettable moments. Bring your friends and be part of one of Atlanta's premier sporting events. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. That's MitsubishiElectricClassic.com. April 24th through 26th. We'll see you there.
I want to tell you a story about a man named Phineas, who was a child. He survived the Holocaust because Christians hid him from the Nazis. They risked everything to save his life. Today, Phineas is now in his 80s, and he can no longer stand on his own or leave his home to receive medical care. And when the sirens sound and the missiles fall, he doesn't have time or strength to reach safety. But once again, Christians are there helping save his life. Through the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, a mobile clinic brings doctors and medicine right to his home, providing care he wouldn't receive, especially in wartime. Christians saved my life during the Holocaust, Phineas says, and now once again here they are helping me. As Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day approaches, we honor survivors like Phineas, not just with words, but with action. Give $45 right now to rush life-saving essentials to the vulnerable under fire. Call 888-488-IFCJ. That's 888-488-IFCJ. Or go online at ifcj.org. ifcj.org.
The legend Neil Boortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
We learned about some new rights that Americans would have if AOC had control. You would have the right to not pay your rent because they want to make evicting a renter illegal. No kidding.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
So I guess I probably couldn't have told that joke on that.
No.
I was going to tell a joke earlier about some medical
well, it's funny. When you were
things.
telling me the joke, I was just looking at that microphone, and I was waiting for that light to populate.
That would have been bad. That would have been like the fourth time I should have been fired from saying things on the radio. Anyway, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete Davis called earlier. He'll be back Monday. We'll be talking to him again. It's getting better and better. Flounder's here. Jeff is on the board, and this is Santana. Santa Coco Ba, what is it? 1970...
Santana began sessions for what would be their breakthrough album, Abraxas, at Wally Heider Recording Studio in San Francisco. When released in September of 1970, Abraxas peaked at number 1 in America. I've never heard that name, Abraxas and Santana. I'll be damned. Well, I don't know about Santana. Our birthday list includes Sean Bean. Sean Bean, the actor, 67. He was Ned Stark in the Game of Thrones. He was in Golden Eye. Sean Bean in Patriot Game. Boy, that was a good role in Patriot Games. Lord of the Rings, Accused, Ronin. I remember that role. And by the way, that was a really good acting job by freaking De Niro, too. I hate to say it. That was a pretty good movie, if I do say so. Freaking De Niro's a scumbag and good at what he does, unfortunately. And on this, we have an audio special history note here for you today. On this day, 1937, America was introduced to a very special new character. Jeff,
It's mine, you understand? Mine! All mine! Get back in there! Down, down, down! Go, go, go! Mine, mine, mine!
Doing. The cartoon Daffy Duck makes his first appearance in Porky's Duck Hunt on this day in 1937. Daffy was voiced by Mel Blanc from 1937 to 1989. 52 years he did that voice. The original Daffy Duck more resembled an actual duck, had a less pronounced lisp than the modern version that Mel Blanc did. The cartoon was originally going to be harassing Porky Pig by a whole bunch of crazy ducks, but the animator of the film, Bob Clampett, said, "No, just have all these crazy ducks into one and call him Daffy." And Daffy Duck was born on this day in 1937. Which is kind of cool. Peter will be back. Flounder's here. Jeff's here. It's 5:39, and our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I don't know whether they had a hearing this afternoon. It may still be going on. I don't know about the Charlie Kirk's accused assassin, and they're trying to determine whether cameras will be allowed and whether he gets another delay. And frankly, it's I don't even care. The guy's guilty. We know he did, but they caught him. I mean, what's everything? So we have to go through it. But again, the more they drag it out, the more I think it's a shame that people don't give a damn, and it's not going to, be a thing again. Here's what's going. We mentioned over and over and over. If the Democrats win again, I heard it today. They were talking about how if they win and how they're going to. Well, in fact, who's the old Marine with a rubber face who married to the conservative girl? What's the name on podcasts all the time?
Carvel.
James Carvel. Yeah. Again, he's telling the Democrats, you've got to bear down because they need to win so that they can pack the courts, so that they can make D.C. a state, so that they can make sure that we get rid of the Electoral College, go to popular votes, nationalize the elections. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a disaster if the Democrats win, and they're going to talk about what they're doing now, including going after everybody who's ever helped Donald Trump. And in fact, that includes ICE agents. If you haven't heard, this is one of the latest stories about what they're going to do in the communist outpost of the Somali Pirate Welcome Center in Minnesota. It used to be an American state. In Minnesota, a girl prosecutor named Mary Moriarty is announcing that an ICE agent, Gregory Donald Morgan Jr., has now been charged with a crime for Savannah Hernandez. No charges filed in the attack against the Turning Point USA reporter Savannah Hernandez, who got shoved to the ground. No charges filed in that. In fact, the guy who shoved her to the ground just had a news release saying, "I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a bad guy. We're not bad people." So nothing's happened to him. In the meantime, an ICE agent doing his job has been charged on a nationwide warrant with a couple of second-degree felonies. What they're claiming that this guy did during Operation Metro Surge, the federal immigration crackdown that drew all the protests that caused them to have to do something against all these stinking protesters. This guy named Morgan sped up alongside a vehicle, opened his window, and pointed his revolver at both of the victims in the car who felt threatened by his actions. Morgan, the guy, said he was fearing for his safety because he was yelling, "Police, stop, pull over, pull over." They were agitators who cut him off because he thought they knew he was a federal agent, and so he was acting to try to stop them from doing something. His life was in danger. And so now this girl, county attorney, has filed charges against the ICE agent and hasn't done squat against the guys who beat up this girl Hernandez and hurt her. And she was the one who said, I'm trying to leave. And they were blowing whistles in her face, in her ear. I mean, I'm telling you, I would have hit somebody in the throat. If they had done that to me, and I couldn't have helped
whistle
it.
right in her ear.
I couldn't have helped. I would have reacted just automatically to go, like that.
Kevin the Marine's on the horn.
Kevin, you're on the radio. Semper Fi, Jarhead. What's going on?
Semper Fi, two things. One's real important and one's even more important. The first one is that even if the SAVE Act passed tomorrow, which probably won't, but even if it passed tomorrow, if you're already registered, everything you're registered with stays in effect. All you got to do is go to the Georgia Secretary of State website, put in your information, tell you where to vote. If you're already registered, you don't have to change anything. It's all set.
There you go.
The other part is I've known you and Pete personally for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And seeing that y'all have added Victor and Flounder, never met either one of them, but talked to both of them. You guys are like the class of Atlanta, and hearing that Pete's doing good and hearing y'all on the air, there's a lot of people that count on y'all every day, and I just wanted to say thanks and let Pete know that he's got people praying for him, and like I said, I've known y'all are more of my family than some of my immediate family, so because I've known y'all longer and listened to y'all longer, so in all sincerity, it's a good thing, and tell Pete we're praying for him, and welcome Victor and Flounder and Jeff to the family.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Kevin. Really nice words.
Kevin, Semper Fi and hoorah, my friend. What a nice thing to say. What a very nice thing. Sometimes we don't, in our own, we're just people like everybody else, and we all have our own personal, troubles and things and stuff, and we kind of forget that they're actually people. In fact, I say that's the best way to do a radio program. 61 years ago, whatever, they told me, pretend that you're not talking to throngs of people. Otherwise, it'd be...
You're just having a conversation.
Yeah, just it's a one-on-one thing, and you're just, doing this and without thinking about it, of course, which is a problem in my case, because... no, seriously, I know how much I've lost off my fastball. And I can't help it, and I laugh about myself every day when I'll go home tonight and take off my my trousers to put on my sweatpants or something, and I'll dance around and almost fall to the floor because your foot gets stuck. You can't just just hop up and down anymore. You have to hold on to something. So anyway, it's just the cost.
You still got a fastball.
Well, I got a little something here. We'll see. It's 5:45 already. Jeff, we'll be back. We got stuff, and we got another Flounder's Funny, and it's all coming up here. 106.3. Happy Friday. Beautiful day.
Neil Boortz is only live on Xtra 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the Xtra 106.3 app.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I recently read an article that said 65% of those surveyed, they're more worried about running out of money in retirement than they are of death itself. So let's talk about some of the ways you can help our listeners replace that paycheck they've relied on for all these years in their working lives.
Well, it makes sense that they'd be scared of that, because what do you do if you run out of money in retirement? You're going to go back to work? Who's hiring folks that are retired and physically and mentally you're going to be able to do that? And isn't the whole point of having a financial advisor so that you never have to worry about that again? So one of the ways that we do that is we build a fully comprehensive income plan so that we know there's money coming in every month that'll cover your bills, give you the quality of life that you're looking for, no matter what the market's doing, no matter how long you live. In some cases, regardless of what happens to you health-wise. So we can put plans in place to eliminate or at least mitigate all of those kind of risks every single person deals with in retirement.
I know a lot of our parents relied on pensions, but let's be honest, Evan, the pension is becoming a thing of the past, but there are ways for folks to create their own personal pensions, aren't there?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of do-it-yourself pension, but when we do the pension ourselves, the one negative with a pension is all the value in the pension goes away once you turn on the actual income. With the plans that we build, with the do-it-yourself pensions, you maintain that asset, or more specifically, your surviving spouse, your kids, and so you live forever, you get a ton of paychecks, and whatever's left over goes to the wife and kids, surviving spouse, beneficiaries, whoever that might be.
Call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary review of your savings and investments today. Call 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Join the Georgia Swarm for an international celebration of culture, color, and community at Swarm World Fest Night. It takes place this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Enjoy performances, activities, and a global celebration of lacrosse and more. Don't miss this exciting event, the last regular season game before the Swarm head to the playoffs. Get your tickets now at georgiaswarm.com for Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. at Gas South Arena. georgiaswarm.com.
It's spring break time and summer vacations are right around the corner. While you're thinking about fun in the sun, you should also be thinking about who's protecting your home while you're away. This is Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security, and we offer the latest in security and video surveillance technology to provide you with the peace of mind that comes from knowing your home is safe and secure. Starting service with Alert 360 is easy. Visit us at alert360atlanta.com, establish service in April, and get a free video camera. Protect what matters most. alert360atlanta.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Well, this is a very troubling story back on this day in 1960 from a name you may not know, but he had a lot to do with early rock and roll music, Eddie Cochran. Eddie Cochran, the man behind Summertime Blues and Come On, Everybody. Eddie Cochran was in a taxi carrying him and Gene Vincent, among others, from a show in Bristol, England, 1960, and it crashed on way to the airport, and Eddie Cochran was killed. Gene Vincent was hurt. Their music was future members of the British invasion listening to it in the 50s and early 60s. In fact, it was Bebop-A-Lula that John Lennon was playing in the 1957 garden party when he met Paul McCartney. And it was Cochran's 20 Flight Rock that Paul taught John to play on the guitar that afternoon, invited to go see the Quarrymen. George Harrison saw Eddie Cochran in Liverpool. Both his guitar playing and stage persona made a strong impression. Harrison said he was standing at the microphone. He started to talk. He put his 2 hands through his hair, pushing it back, and a girl, one lone voice, screamed out, "Oh, Eddie!" And he coolly murmured into the mic, "Hi, honey." And Harrison said, "Man, that's it. That's rock and roll." His tour manager and fiancée were in the Ford Consul that was going over 60 miles an hour in a dark, winding section of the load and crashed. Gene Vincent broke his collarbone. Eddie Cochran was thrown from the vehicle when it smashed into a light post, sustained a terrible head injury, and died at the hospital early that next morning. Eddie Cochran. Anyway, a shame. Birthday list includes Jan Hammer. Jan Hammer is 78. He did the theme for Miami Vice. And Victoria Beckham, known as formerly Posh Spice, has a cosmetics line now, and she's now Lady Beckham. Victoria Beckham. Well, hold on. I didn't write down her birthday, but I have it in my files. I have my I bring my own files in, and then I translate them, so I got her birthday in this file. Victoria Beckham is 52. There we go. See, I always try to be prepared.
So prepared there.
That's why it takes me from 5:30 in the morning to get ready to do the show, because I'm a freaking idiot. Anyway, and on this day in history, let's do a little history thing here for you. In fact, let's see. Let's do this. This is kind of cool. The Ford Mustang unveiled at the World's Fair in Flushing Meadows, New York on this day in 1964. My brother Gene, the golf pro, went to Williams College as an economics major, the hardest college in America to get into. Geniuses may apply. He worked at the World's Fair in New York City in 1964. And he took tickets at some event or something or other, and he did that for the summer, for the spring, however it lasted, I forgot. Mustang was debuted. 22,000 were snapped up immediately. The Mustang, named for the World War II fighter airplane, it became known as the first pony car. They sold 400,000 in the first year, way more than they thought. Lee Iacocca ran Ford back then, later headed up Chrysler. Developing and marketing. A guy in Texas slept at a Ford showroom until his check cleared, so he could drive it home without leaving without it. Mustang appeared on the silver screen that year with James Bond Goldfinger. In 1968, the Mustang Fastback in Steve McQueen's film Bullet, running through the streets of San Francisco. Let's see. In 1966, the 1 millionth Mustang rolled off the assembly line, and the post office gave a stamp commemorating the model. In 2004, Ford built its 300 millionth car, a Mustang GT convertible. It's gone numerous innovations. The base price originally $2,368. I've owned a bunch of them. I owned my first one in 1970, 2 or 3 or 4, somewhere in there. The first GT that came out, as I recall. Anyway, 5:55. Kimmer and Pete will be back. And Flounder's here. And I don't know, guys, if you know the name Asia Carrera. Asia Carrera is a adult film star. And she was born Jessica Steinhauser in New York City. She's known as an Asian porn star, Asia Carrera. She's 52 years old now. And she just went on social media to announce she passed. She's a lawyer. She took the 2-day, 12-hour exam. Her second attempt, she missed passing the first one by 2 points. Now, Asia Carrera, the former porn queen, says, "This time I knew my blank down cold. I scored higher than 91% of my Barbie bar prep peers." The hot chicks who go to the bar preparatory exam stuff. Anyway, she's been admitted to the State Bar of Texas. And she didn't want to be a lawyer. She just wanted to prove she could do it. People are talking about her just being a porn star. By the way, Asia Carrera, the former porn queen, has an IQ in Mensa of 156. Asia Carrera also has a master's degree in education. Far removed from the industry that made her famous. At 16, she was teaching English at a college in Japan. Her mother is German. Her father's Japanese, raised in New Jersey. But they went to Japan for a while, and she taught English when she was 16. Later got a full scholarship to Rutgers, where they teach you how to be a porn actor, I think. One of our guys here at the station, I think, is a famous porn actor from Rutgers, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Ron.
Could be one of the guys on the morning show. I'm not sure for sure. Anyway, she said she could earn more money dancing and modeling, and then she got into porn. And now she's out of it, and she's a lawyer if she wants to be. She may not even want to be. Anyway, and by the way, just very quickly, at Washington State High School, Glacier Peak High School in Snohomish, or whatever it is, Washington, a teacher was giving a presentation in class, and all of a sudden on the slide thing on the wall, it showed a pair of breasts. 4 different shots of naked breasticles. And so that teacher now is something in trouble because they say this must have been some kind of a PowerPoint presentation that you were looking into, and they aren't talking much about the teacher or whether he is still working. But anyway, how about one more Flounder's Funny in there, Jeff? What do you say? We got one
I'm
more.
stupid. And I'm from the South, too, so people think if you hear a Southern accent, they immediately start deducting IQ points. I don't like that. Sometimes when I hear a Southern accent, I'm in a state like this, I'm like, oh, is this one of us? It feels like a warm feeling. Oh, this is nice. Maybe I'll get some sweet tea or whatever. It's good, But when you hear a Southern accent, sometimes like a certain job, you're just immediately just ill at ease. I was on a LaGuardia airport. I was on the runway waiting to take off, and we're there for 45 minutes. And they're just going to come on the intercom and tell you something's wrong with the plane. We're not going anywhere after that point. 45 minutes, it's way too long. And the guy got on the intercom, the pilot, he's trying to calm us down, 200 people, and immediately he had the thickest Southern accent. And I was immediately like, get me off this plane, this guy. Just the way he talked, he goes, no, we should not be doing this. He goes, this is what he said, I'm not making this up, not embellishing in one way. He goes, now, it's your captain speaking. Now, what happened was, they's fueling up the plane, and that hose come loose. And it sprayed jet fuel all over the back end of the plane. He said back end. He didn't even know what it was called. He said back end of the plane. And then he said this, and this one I was like, get me out of here. He goes, we got to get some soap and water and come wash that off. What? Excuse me? There's 2 things you don't want to hear from your pilot, okay? One is wash, and the other one is, we're coming in hot. You don't want to hear either of those.
Let's
Those are both bad.
Let's not be making fun of our pilot voice here, mister. Anyway, Jeff, congratulations on the new board congratulatory achievement. And Flounder and Pete Davis will be talking to us Monday. In the meantime, and sing me home, Christine, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Herb, have a great weekend. Herb, look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Xtra.
Weekend Talks. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump in Phoenix, Arizona for a Turning Point USA event. He says talks with Iran are going on and will continue. It was asked about the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports.
When the agreement is signed, the blockade ends. As soon as the agreement gets signed, that's when the blockade ends.
Iran has opened the Strait of Hormuz to commercial ships. The president says he doesn't think there are any significant differences between the two sides. The man accused of killing Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk back in court in Utah. Lawyers for Tyler Robinson called Dr. Brian Edelman, who testified